What's up, chat? How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. A little bit of early morning 40k for you guys. We are live with the T5S2 Pod 4 finals for Season 8. This is Necrons versus Adeptus Astartes. I think I put Ultramarines in the pre-stream. It is actually just regular Space Marines. I guess it's White Scars today because it's very White Scars themed, but not officially any particular chapter. I had thought for a second that there was a Gilliman in this list, but there is not, in fact. Pretty interesting list, though. One that I think I played against on stream before, so if you are a regular stream viewer, you might recognize this one. But we have over here on the red, Underminer, aka Kellen, playing Necrons. Kind of a standard Necron build. Versus over here in the blue,
and then we've got
relatively new
in that squad as well.
addition to the T5S2 community. This is T-Dog playing Adeptus Astartes, and a pretty cool Adeptus Astartes list as well. Very bike focused, which I appreciate. So a little bit of evolution happening to the Gladius Task Force. We'll talk about the list real quick, chat. Exclamation point lists if you want to follow along. Kellen playing a relatively standard double Lich Guard, or excuse me, single Lich Guard composition for Necrons. He's got a Locust Lord of the Veil of Darkness, an Overlord of the Hypermaterial Ablator
When you return fire
to protect the unit that he's joined into, a Technomancer with the Sovereign Coronal, and then another Technomancer just by himself to go with the Lich Guard. We have 2 units of 5 Death Marks. These guys are hiding out in Deep Strike. 3 Doomsday Arcs, the big trifecta of the big laser cannons. 1 unit of Flayed Ones for some forward deploy action, as well as 10 Lich Guard and 2 units of 3 Tomb Blades. Relatively standard, just 1 offensive brick for the Necrons, plus the Locust Destroyers, which is another redeploying brick. And then a lot of the damage comes out of the Doomsday Arcs for this particular list. On the other side of the table, we've got Adeptus Astartes. These guys running a bike captain with the Honor Vehement, so he is going to be getting +1 strength and attacks, and then an additional +1 strength and attacks while he is in Assault Doctrine. And the benefit to that he grants to this unit, so we have a huge unit of Outriders here. I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler. This is a 6 Outrider squad plus an attached Invader ATV. So grand total of 7 models. Plus the captain on the bike makes it 8. So it dodges 2 double blasts pretty efficiently. And then the captain on the bike gives all their weapons assault, so they can advance and shoot. And then he can, with his free stratagem every single turn, put himself into Assault Doctrine for free with Rites of Battle. And then the unit is able to advance, shoot, and also charge. And because they're Outriders, they also turbo boost. And then for 1 CP, once it charges, it can then get onto the chapter. So you can get +1 to wound with Lance, and +1 EP if they're already in Assault Doctrine, which they will be. So very effective unit. They're extremely fast, extremely flexible, very big, which is a little bit unfortunate for them, but it is what it is. The other sort of, I think, hilarious piece of technology in this list is that we have 3 individual Invader ATVs and 3 individual attack bikes. So kind of cheap and cheerful. 55 points for the attack bikes and 80 points for the Invader ATVs. All of them have a support fire mechanic. So if you shoot at any bike within 6 inches of them, they can shoot back at you. So if you target any of these models, any of these units inside the main brick here, and you're within 24 of them, you'll just eat like 6 multi-meltas to the face. Which is very cute. Pretty cool, I think, to be honest. Looks like it is Astartes going first, which is huge because they could not hide the bike squad, so we're gonna get tuned up by Doomsday Arcs, I think, if they ended up going first, or if they ended up not going first. So these bikes are gonna jet across the table and probably try to hem the Necrons into their deployment zone and pick off some of the stuff, at least on the edges. I don't think it can truck with the Lich Guard squad, but it can definitely kill some of the other stuff. Here's the scout moves going down on the Tomb Blades to keep them safe. We also have 2 Stormspeed or Thunder Strikes, so these guys get +1 to wound against monsters and vehicles. So you can drop an Oath of Moment on a vehicle, you can drop the Thunder Strike shot onto the vehicle, And the mass number of twin link bolt guns on the army and multi-meltas can actually do significant damage to even knights and stuff once all of the combos are assembled. So very combo-oriented list. I actually really like it. Super duper different from the other Space Marine compositions we've been seeing, and clearly effective because T-Dog's made it to the final game, which is cool. So love seeing some unique technology on stream chat.
Engage on all fronts and capture enemy outpost.
One of those is good.
Let me make sure the chat bot isn't updated. Actually, pretty sure I updated it.
I need to make sure I get him correctly.
Oh, my apologies, chat. I don't think it has actually been posted.
Him right there, so he should be able to just set that up without doing
anything. Exactly 9 of that marker would be about right there.
Cool.
So yeah, you're there.
Oh no, excuse me. No, it's correct.
Make sure you're also not dropping it into.
I'm just a crazy person. Just an actual crazy person.
Yeah.
All right. So rounding out this list, we also have a Calidus Assassin for the CP tax, and we have a Primaris Lieutenant. Gives some wound rerolls and mostly acts as a forward operator as well. Pretty useful unit.
No, I think your unit has.
Damn Legion, how's it going? I'm gonna send you the player mics. I'm a little tired this morning, chat. So I'm gonna send you the player mics for most of this game, I think. But I'll be here to commentate when fun stuff happens.
Like an 8 over here. Yeah, I might actually, if I get a good charge, I could get it. Just for a second. All right,
so both players running tactical today. Looks like T-Dog has actually pulled kind of an awkward combination. He did get capture enemy outpost top of one, which is really not what you want to be seeing. And then the other one being engage on all fronts. So he does have a good list for engaged on all fronts. That's going to be an easy one for him, especially with this Primaris Lieutenant and all these land speeders. He can jet a couple bikes over across the edge of the table. Be relatively safe. He has to worry about the tomb blades a little bit. But other than that, that should be fine in order to get engaged on all fronts. Capture enemy outpost is unfortunate, though. He would have to basically give away his entire bike squad. He could potentially do it if he gets a couple guys through this gap here and rolls a big charge, but I don't know if it's worth actually trying. He could maybe try to kill the Sovereign Coronal guy, who's in the middle. In order to do that, and killing the Sovereign Coronal guy does give all the Doomsday Arcs -1 to hit, so this is pretty worthwhile if he is able to do it, but he would have to sort of overextend, I think, pretty wildly, and then also get through Protocol of the Eternal Guardian, who could respawn that guy. We'll see if he ends up doing it, though. Very defensive deployment for Kellen. He did actually place his Canoptic Reanimator outside range of the Desolator, so it is much farther back than you normally see it. You normally see it up inside the corner of one of these ruins, so it can project its reanimation aura farther forward, but worried that it would get killed by Desolators in the first turn, which is a fair worry.
This is the 3-man brick with the Locust Lord back here, then there's 2 in front of him. Is that
correct?
Essentially working? Okay, this is another 2-man squad.
Yeah.
I think I actually select this Doomsday Arc as my
Is your oath target?
Yeah, as the oath target.
Okay.
And then do some moving. This guy's gonna poke out right here.
An interesting selection for Oath. I think we can get the Thunder Strike and a couple of multi-meltas on it to make use of that Oath
say like 15 to there.
Oh, we're just going for a charge on it. All right, let's go.
Got like another 3.
Let's go. Bike squad. 18-inch move plus a charge, thanks to the turbo boost on the Outriders.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I got line of sight to your.
By the way, chats, we should do a prediction. I haven't put a prediction up quite yet. Let's get that. Let's get that going.
Let me get to the top-down view. I'm double tapping P to see. No, you're clipping the corner well before you're hitting my arc.
No. Shoot these Tomb Blades.
You can see the two blades. Yes.
I should pre-look. I don't even think I'm really going to be shooting anything at that Doomsday Arc, unfortunately. How is the charge to it? It's like...
You're looking... Let me get top down again.
All right, chat. Predictions up.
You're looking at about an 8.
Full
I'm going to grab
to
your
the
guide real
votes.
quick and just make sure. Yeah, you need like an 8.
Okay, well, that's fine. Don't charge into him.
We're just going for an 8-incher off the top. All right. Let's go. So aggressive, chat. I love it. We're gonna get this game over quickly. If we can get into melee with the Doomsday Arc, the Doomsday Arc they don't have the best defensive profile in the game. They do have a good invulnerable save, but that doesn't really work so well if all your opponent has is chain swords.
I don't know. We'll see when we get over here. I very seriously doubt I actually get my guys.
Everything is only AP1 on this bike squad here.
Table quarter, we'll see.
So the fact that the Doomsday Arc is a 3+, 4+ doesn't really help them that much.
Ooh. This guy had one too many.
Always pick the wrong predictions.
Don't drink any dry.
That is the curse. It feels like. I mean, 40k is like it's so you know up in the air. You never know what's gonna happen in a game at the beginning. Picking Marines? Hell yeah. Love a good Marine, chat. Can't keep a good Marine down. Excited to see Marines doing well, by the way. Feels like they so often rely on like sort of janky garbage to be good. It's cool that they have a lot of like they have some pretty interesting builds available to them in Gladius Task Force.
It's 14, so he's set out number 4. And same thing, we'll just rotate him around so he looks more thematic. Okay. And then this guy. Go ahead and roll in advance for the speeder on the left flank. Needed the what is he shooting at? He should be able to go over here and see these Tomb Blades.
Okay.
They count as mounted, right? They don't count as vehicles anyway.
They're mounted. Yeah. Why does this thing have ballistic skill 2?
And it's weird, not all of his guns have ballistic skill 2. His rocket pod's ballistic skill 3. But yeah, his 2 big guns have ballistic skill 2.
That's weird.
I think it's weird that he has different ballistic skills for sure.
I kind of like that the Thunder Strike is a little bit more accurate than the other lands, the other Storm Speeders,
We'll do the first attack
because it does only have like 3 attacks. If you miss them, it feels real bad.
Very fast. Oh, can he get me over here?
Marines in the finals, Agent X, crazy. Who would have thought a couple weeks ago
Just shy.
we would get Marines in the finals? Oh no, can't get an attack bike into the side.
Yeah, it's very clear that there's pieces of you that are still not in the line, unfortunately.
Yeah, downside of those hull measures over there.
Yeah.
Sad time.
I don't even think I do that then. Is there a way I can not advance him and charge in anything? No. Let's just do it anyway. And him your Lich Guard in over here. He's in a screen, I guess.
So it looks like we are pushing forward. The downside is that the Lich Guard will just charge that guy. So I don't know if sort of keeping them off is that great. You really want to limit the amount of movement they have. I think T-Dog did mention to me that he felt that, and he doesn't have one in this list, but he felt that Thunderfire cannons are almost required for Marines. I wonder if we were to see this this pod finals a week or so later, after he got some more games in with the list, that he would have a Thunderfire cannon in it. In order to slow down those Lich Guard bricks. Definitely feels like one thing that Marines can possibly have trouble with is the one-shot kill, these one-shot kill units that you have to kill in one go. I don't know if Marines quite have the damage output to do it. They do have Oaths of Moment, which is great, but
attack bike there.
Otherwise could have a little bit of trouble. Now, I think we did call Devastator Doctrine here, so these guys are pushing super far forward. We got some good lines of sight into the Locust Heavy Destroyers, into the Tomb Blades as well. And this is so many multi-meltas, chat. Infinite multi-meltas. Are going to be pushing forward and try to kill these guys, so I think these Locust Destroyers are not long for this world. And then they get to shoot again if you shoot them. Craziness. Absolutely crazy. This is very cool. It's very unique.
This is the problem with them, though. They're just freaking huge. Like, I just don't have the space.
Pretty big.
Yeah, the Invader ATVs are pretty wild too.
And then the last
Enormous unit. I think the TTS one might be a little bit too big, to be fair. But I don't know what the dimensions are.
Right, and then
I don't think that ATV's got a shot on them, just so you know.
I think so.
No.
Back tire or anything?
Because I'm thinking that. Well, let's see. Let's drop these barriers real quick. Because you have 2 ruins you have to worry about. If you're measuring off of this, you clip off of that.
I think you're probably right. Yeah, hold on. Let me get a better.
Hang on, back off of that.
He's got him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
That the list spot that's wrong. The wrong list spot. Maybe try it now. I did just reset it. Okay. I don't know what was going on there, chat. The correct list was in the bot, but it wasn't posting, so I cleared it and then set it again. So give it a go. That list that's in chat should be good now. It was weird. List bot being a bot. I don't know.
You could do that turn. You remove these guys at the end of my movement phase, right?
At the end of your turn.
End of my turn. That's what I meant. Yeah. Okay.
And end of movement phase would be sweet.
Don't care about my 12-inch full, but your death marks do. So we'll just spread these guys out.
Yeah, white scars, chat. Look at all the bicycles.
Let's get this guy over more.
T-Dog did say he was considering moving to a Gilliman list. I think maybe instead of all of the ATBs and stuff. But right now we're on this really white scars theme. I did. I lied directly to your face, chat. No Ultramarines today. Although, to be fair, it could be Ultramarines. Because the chapter selection doesn't do anything in this list. But I thought there was a Gilliman, but there's no Gilliman.
Okay. And I can only build one objective a turn too, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for movement. Let me just triple check before I pass. Yeah, I think I moved everything that's gonna move.
Now, the interesting thing about these bike squads is that it's very difficult to deal with them efficiently. Because we have 6 individual units in the middle of the table, they're super tough to, like, kill efficiently. Which is a little bit funky. Funky fresh. Trying to shoot some Tomb Blades now.
And these will be on 4. And they're toughness 5, so 3.
Yep.
Nope. Alright, bolt gun. Both hit. And then these are going to be 5s and 6s, but it's twin linked. Alright, 2 -1s.
3 ups. 1 takes advantage.
Yep. And speeder into your Doomsday Arc over here. This big rocket first. It's on 2s. Nice. Wounds on 3. You're my oath target. So I'm gonna reroll that. Wounds, AP4, so or AP3, I think. So you're invuln.
4 invuln. Fails it.
6 + 1 damage for
Oh,
6 damage.
that's a hit. Ouchie.
Then last talons.
Question is whether we're going to be able to remove this guy, because if we don't kill him, he's going to reanimate basically back to full.
Rerolling for oath. Wound.
Not great dice.
Okay. Save
it. And rocket pod. How many shots? 3.
That rocket pod's going to be big, given that it's anti-fly. So it will wound the Doomsday Arcs pretty efficiently.
For oath. Anti-fly 2 up. 2 wounds. AP1. But you get cover, so I think you probably get your.
Do I get cover? Because you, like,
is
it?
Oh yeah.
Because part of me is obscured, I think, but
I think
but you
technically
can
you
see
do, like,
the models, so I don't.
you could
think
you could draw it over these back guns, but I don't know. Let's roll it
Yeah.
and see.
It's fine. I'll just roll these, and I'll take it on a 4.
Yeah, I think the Storm Speeder would have to be farther out. It would have to be able to draw its line of sight along this line, basically.
Let's start over here.
TTS
The
won't let me
Lancer,
measure along that
25
line,
range
essentially, to
is
ignore cover.
going
Which is funky.
more movement.
Might have had to move them a little further.
Do you mind if I do that? He had plenty.
Yeah, that's fine. You'd have to just get a little bit further up. Yeah, that's fine.
Like,
Just make sure that you're not hanging off the edge of the board.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, his laser guns first, hitting on 3s. Strength 14, so wounding on 2s.
Don't you get a hit reroll?
I sure do. Yep, thank you. We'll reroll that first one.
Kellen being a
Missed.
gentleman right here.
Hits.
Why don't you use
and
your
wounding
Echo on
on 2s.
sir?
All right, both wound AP4.
6 up, safe and cover. No, they're gone. All right, what's the damage?
Whoa.
D6 plus 3. So does that just get him?
Yeah, that'll get him.
That'll get him.
Easy game.
Hey,
Buddy,
Lancer
really.
did something. That thing rarely. I'm like contemplating taking him on the list because he like barely does anything. This lieutenant is going to set up this objective over here.
Dr. Blackjack, thank you for the follow, my dude. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good weekend.
Exactly outside of 9. It's going to be right there.
Okay. Let's shoot the. What is more scary over here? I think the thing to do over here is to shoot the Meltas into the Tomb Blades and the Bolters into the flayed ones. So let's start doing that. Start this back guy. Bolters into the flayed ones, hitting on
All right.
3s.
Everything here is -1 to hit, just so you know.
Might have to remind me a couple times. Okay. And then this is, what's the toughness on the flayed ones? 4?
4.
So this is 4's twin linked. Wounds, no AP. Old fashioned bolt
4
run.
up. Save.
Damn
His melted
Legion.
shot into the Tomb Blades.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That is the
Both hit.
definition of sportsmanship right there.
Fails the.
A good civilized game of Warhamster 40,000s, you know?
D6 damage. Let me just double check Melta. Probably not. So then just 3 damage.
Okay.
Kill one still. I just need another one.
Oh, yeah. That'll kill him.
And then repeat with this guy.
Okay.
Both bolt guns hit the flayed ones. And this is twin linked.
Cool.
Just one
Kill flayed one.
of those guys off. And his melted gun into the Tomb Blades. Tomb Blade there. One hit, one miss. And that'll wound.
5 up. Nope.
Oh man, 300.
Roll one and kill.
You are within 9, so
He just
Blast from the past there, chat. 300 was such a 300 was a big deal when I was in middle
you
school.
can't see the twin blade at this point.
Absolutely nuts.
This one?
What a movie though.
Oh, that guy. Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah, sorry, I did it. I thought I said I did it. I was just gonna go
Yeah,
back.
that's fine.
This is the last guy to shoot.
Yeah, we definitely shot from the back forward, which is the right way to do that. Killed 2 Tomb Blades already with the attack bikes. Down 1, flayed 1 as well.
2 wounds on the flayed ones. The bolt gun.
Pretty good Alpha Strike, and if any list can deliver an Alpha Strike, it's this Wide Scars list. So, yeah, look at that's a lot of damage right there. Get that, that's a lot of damage beam.
Tomb Blade. Hit one miss.
I should have that as an overlay. Why don't I have that as an insert? That would be cool.
Got a wound.
Give me a 5.
300 intros.
Ah.
Ragnar Blackmane Lord? Yeah, he like fights a wolf or something. in the wild as a child, yeah.
Sorry. Let me just
All
double
right.
check that he's not.
From where he was, yeah, I guess he would have been outside. Yeah, he would have been.
I was like, I don't know how many
5 on 1.
5 on 1.
Oh, it didn't quite kill him. This is CP reroll on that garbage. We want to get that rid of that guy. Otherwise he's gonna respawn back to full.
Back there. We'll do
Um
first. Hit
Yeah, I don't know how many like wolves in like a frostbitten wilderness were in
This is the speeder
you
over
know
here. Sorry,
Sparta.
remember your -1 hit these tickets.
It's a cool visual at least.
I don't
Ooh,
think
clipping the wall here.
didn't see
I hit it with a 6 anyway, so we're
Yeah,
good.
you're fine.
So that's
What a movie though.
Okay.
I remember that being
5,
such a big deal.
18,
That was like
E3.
okay,
yeah, 5.
the Mad Max Fury Road for a whole generation.
Nope.
You remember like people got like Spartan helmet tattoos and stuff after that movie came out? What a cultural like icon that was.
Save.
Shame about the sequel though. The sequel was like 10 years too late basically. It's so late.
I think that's everything. These guys can't see anything now.
So didn't quite kill either Toon Blade unit. That's super unfortunate. Left the Toon Blades on one. I guess we're saving the CP for a CP reroll on the bike squad, or for an honor the chapter.
Yeah, I believe we did.
Yeah, looking for a 9er on the Doomsday arc here is a little bit unfortunate. Getting rid of that would be huge, and just engaging a bunch of garbage would be a big deal. Really slows down what the Doomsday Arcs can do. The Doomsday Arcs are, generally speaking, an incredibly strong artillery piece. Yeah, but I know there's wolves in Greece, chat, but are there wolves in like it was like snowing in that scene, right? There was like snow and you know, it was sort of frosty wasteland.
Big decision. Get these guys with an 82.
Like maybe, I don't know, but it definitely seemed a little bit more Norse than it did.
The longer you go, the more
Greek.
likely it is that everyone strings out with little efficacy.
Yeah, I don't think I ever get these guys in here. The only way to do it is to like kill something and then pile into something else. You know, I think I probably, these guys are just way too big to ever get wholly in here. I don't even think even if I kill all this stuff, I don't even think they can fit right here. I think it probably doesn't happen, but we will try and roll an 8. I'm going to declare the Tomb Blades, the Locust Heavy Destroyers, and the Doomsday Arc.
Whoa, we're going all in, chats. Card 8 on the charge.
Be a White Scar. In there.
Be a White Scar. It's boxcars. Let's go. Oh my god. Unpunished for the long charge. Are you serious? Holy crap. Well, we're about to see a bunch of Necrons punched to death by Space Marines right now. Yeah, these bikes are mounted, not vehicles, so they're able to pass through each other on the move here, so we can lead the charge with the captain.
I guess he's going to try to sit as close as he can.
Yeah, they feel the wind in their hair today, chat. We're back on the plains of Mongolia, Space Mongolia. And we're just going absolutely ham on these guys. So we're going to get it. We saved our CP, didn't have to use it on the reroll. We put ourselves into Assault Doctrine. They can advance, shoot, and charge, no problem. And so we have CP for Honor the Chapter. Let me get Honor the Chapter up here for you. The unit is... I mean, it's a billion attacks. It's a bunch of Outriders with 4 attacks each. Plus the captain with the Honor Vehement gets +2 strength and attack. So he goes up to strength 6 with, I believe, 7 attacks.
Right, so yeah, so if you base that Tomb Blade when you're out of range of the arc, you're in combat with both those units. So that works.
And then Honor the Chapter here, granting Lance.
And then leaves me 6. Put that base over here.
Oh, chat, where's my... Oh, no, I made a mistake. That's okay. Let's see if I can fix it here.
Okay. And then... What I do, actually... Here. Let me, block off basing with the rest of my guys so they get piled in and stuff. I think I'm going to go like this with this guy around the corner. Tomb Blades are hard to base too because they like overhang.
All right,
Okay.
chat.
There we go. I don't think it's possible for any of my other bikes to base, so they're just going to move 12 inches like this. Put this guy right here.
I don't know if you can hear her right now, but
Up a little bit.
my
Go through that
co-commentator
after
here is
rotation.
upset that I have to that I'm streaming currently. She's having a little bit of a freak out.
And then
All right, sorry about that,
I
chat.
don't think I get in here. Let's see, I'll do my best.
So we're gonna get Lance on the charge
Oh, God,
with
yeah.
these guys because we saved our CP for the CP reroll. And then with a bunch of attacks each, they're gonna get full rerolls against the Doomsday Arc, hit and wound, and then they're gonna get +1 AP. So they're gonna put the Doomsday Arc on its invuln save. Already done a bunch of
Yeah,
damage to the
I'm gonna
Tomb
spend
Blades. The
CP
Tomb Blades are -1 to hit, and they don't have rerolls, so they might actually be okay. Although the Captain might just pick them up, honestly.
Chapter, which gives them
Yeah, there's the Honor of the Chapter.
and
And we're going to see these guys go absolutely crazy into this Necron army. Now, the Doomsday Arcs, like I said before, they kind of fall apart once you engage them. They don't really have a way to get out of engagement range very efficiently, and once you engage one Doomsday Arc, the other Doomsday Arcs can't shoot at you, because they have they can shoot you with their flares, but the flare arrays aren't going to be very good against T5 Outriders. And the other
Usually
the big Doomsday Cannon is a blast weapon, so it can't fire into melee. So the Doomsday Arc has to shoot out of melee, so we can shoot at the Storm Speeders that are outside, but the bikes are going to be okay, and they can't fall back and operate, so they're just going to get stuck in melee for a while. This is going to be kind of nuts, actually.
Yeah. Needed to do more damage to it with mine. Oops.
Which Space Marine chapter is Ancient Greek? Well, I mean, Ultramarines, right? That's like the big one. They're very Greco-Roman.
I think.
And then Minotaur's the other one. Yeah, Minotaurs are super Grecian.
All right, so I think
They even have like you know, Ivanis and Komi and stuff. They have like very Greek character names. Oh, we forgot a guy. Sorry, buddy. Come hang out. Love a good Minotaur. You can't. That was at Valdor's favorite chapter for a while. Played
All right, cool.
the spear guy
Thanks for that. I think
for the longest time. The chapter master. I can't remember his name now.
Attack these Locust Heavy Destroyers. So I think that's going to be the captain. This Outrider. This Outrider. Go into them.
Hate the fact that Minotaurs are kind of dicks in the fluff.
Yeah, I think.
Oh no.
The captain probably gets them. They don't have an.
I didn't know that. That sucks.
No.
It's always fun to have the nice Space Marine
7,
chapters. That's why Salamanders are the goat.
They have 8 actually. 8 strength 7. AP2 attacks going into it. That'll be AP3 actually. That just gets them, I think. I don't know.
You're
Let's
getting
just-
strength 7 AP2 melee attacks.
Yeah, I know because he's got.
Oh,
the
you're talking about
armor.
the captain. Oh, I thought you were looking at like
Yeah,
destroyers.
the
I'm like, what are you
captain.
talking about?
The captain's gonna be strength. He's gonna get 8 attacks, hitting on 2s, strength 7, AP3 damage.
Iron Snake's chapter. What is Ithaca? That could just mean that they come from New York, Agent X.
We'll put these 2 Outriders in there.
maybe they're just East Coasters.
Tomb Blades. This Outrider will attack the Tomb Blades. This Outrider will attack the Tomb Blades. Enough.
Minotaurs were created by the Lords of Terror to exterminate other Space Marine chapters. They're the Space Wolves of the current age. The Imperium's Executioners.
3 Outriders and an ATB into the Tomb Blades, Captain and an Outrider to the Destroyers.
Yeah, and then I guess because this guy can only attack the, we'll roll him against the Doomsday Arc and see if he does anything.
Sure.
Only one guy into the Doomsday Arc. Gonna try to pick off all the other stuff.
We'll do the
Yeah.
captain first.
Interesting.
We have base 6 attacks. He's fully juiced up, so 8 attacks hitting on 2s.
8 attacks from this
And these are gonna be
Bike
winning
Captain.
on
Holy
2s
crap.
because
Let's
of
go.
Yeah. Nice. AP3. 6 AP3s. 2 damage each.
6s. Dead and dead.
Oh my god. So 4 Locust Heavy Destroyers dead from the White Scars this turn. That's pretty good. Lots of damage dealt to the Doomsday Arc. We're about to pick up this Toonblade squad as well. Man, if you don't believe in this Outrider squad, Chad, it's pretty sweet. I actually kind of like this unit, having seen them on the table a couple times.
Probably 5s, T5.
Yeah, so it would be 5s.
Oh, 4s then.
4s, yeah. And then these are going to be AP2.
When they pick a fight, they send the whole chapter in.
4 AP2.
That definitely feels like the way to do it, right? You know, why spread ourselves thin? All these other chapters, they've got little chapter strongholds in individual places, whatever, with like 6 guys in them. Nah.
And then on
Just send 1,000 Space Marines.
and then the,
Make sure you kill all the enemies of the Imperium, you know?
these are going to be, that's not much of a hit, right? So 3s.
No.
Nice. And then would be 6s, but 5s.
6s with full rerolls because Oath.
Overkill is the best kind of kill, yeah. Well, the number of times that Space Marines like send 1 tactical squad and then mess things up because it's not enough Space Marines. You know, they send 1 company and they're like, "Oh no, it was a Black Crusade. we got destroyed. It was an Orquois. We couldn't deal with it with 1 Space Marine like tactical squad. Just send everybody. Everybody get in the battle barge. We're going for an adventure." So it looks like we whiffed pretty hard on the Tomb Blades. That -1 to hit is fairly effective. Didn't actually kill those guys. All right, well, that's unfortunate. And we actually didn't. We bounced off the Doomsday Arc too. All right. Well, maybe I was speaking too highly of the Outrider squad. The big question is how Kellen's going to deal with this aggression, though. The problem is that he can't shoot the ATVs effectively because we've engaged both Doomsday Arcs now. So that's going to be a little bit tough. The Doomsday Arcs don't have any shots elsewhere. We could shoot 1 at the Thunderstrike, but that means the other one's not shooting at the ATVs if it doesn't fall back. And if he shoots anything in the middle, he gets multi-melted directly into the stratosphere. As long as he's within 18 inches.
Try, I guess. The Technomancer's nearby, so I will pile in, shoot a Technomancer Aura, and then hit on 3s. No. Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Adding Minotaurs to the Death Watch? Hell yeah. Have like a
those two are in combat,
veteran Black Shield. Is that the melee guy in the veteran squad? With a shield and a spear? That'd be sick.
Are you gonna dump,
Also, just like the visual of a Space Marine with a shield and a spear is very cool. Right? It feels like, I don't know, it just like feels kind of natural, I guess. All the heavy armor with the big, you know, all the medieval weapons. I don't know. It seems kind of sweet. All right, so big hit from the Space Marines. We did get our small engage, but burning capture enemy outpost. That one's going to be tough on turn 1. That was an unfortunate draw for the Space Marines. Overwhelming force and no prisoners on the side of the table for the Necrons. Though, all right. Don't know if you could pick a better pair of secondaries for this situation. You're like, I'm hemmed in my deployment zone, and I'm having a lot of trouble leaving, so let's just draw a bunch of secondaries that don't require me to go anywhere. And given that I have, like, 7 individual units to attack right here, then I can just kill them and get points. So very, very good draws from the Necrons. But the real question is what they're going to be able to do to extricate themselves from this situation. I mean, the Lich Guard are going to be big. They do have Hyperface Swords and Dispersion Shields, so they're not quite as good at punching as the War Scythe guys.
Probably going to be doing hard.
But they should be good enough to kill an attack biker too, no problem.
To avoid needing to move.
And the flayed one's now reanimating. Probably get the Tomb Blades reanimating as well.
Probably still have to move to get.
Black Shields don't exist in 10th edition, really? The Deathwatch Veteran datasheet doesn't have a melee guy. I guess like there's just dudes with Thunderhammers all over that unit now. Oh, look at that. 1 Tomb Blade coming back to life with the squad in the middle here, so don't even have to battle shock these guys. Its reanimation rolls, yeah, disgusting. So all 3 Tomb Blade squads almost back to full. We're down 1 Tomb Blade, I think, net after all that shooting. Blah. Disgusting. The Necrons doing Necron stuff.
That was really dumb.
All right. So let's go to the movement phase. We're definitely gonna be.
That also means that no battle shock needs to be taken for the
move. But
The,
you can't move into combat, right?
I cannot move into combat.
the
Right.
Necrons.
And there is no way 6-inch move you can get out of it. You cannot
Nah.
escape.
Yeah.
You cannot escape. You live here. Yeah. So trying to play around adaptive
Get off of you.
or squad tactics, excuse me,
Um,
which could let these guys
they
reactively
are
move, but
supposed
not
to
gonna
be
not gonna let them do it.
Can he? Oh, you're talking about this one back here. He's not gonna be able to
Yeah,
shoot.
I've got-
You don't have anything that's
yeah.
fall back and shoot.
I don't have anything that's fall I can shoot, but these two will be able to shoot.
Yeah. So we're gonna get hit by the 3 Locust Heavy Destroyers. They do have Enmitic Exterminators, so they are gonna be firing
And
the
then
AP1 rapid fire shots rather than the big guns. I don't believe that we have any
I think
cannons.
we
Yeah.
have to trust.
But they do get critical 5s, which is pretty good with
Um,
sustain.
and send the Lich Guard.
And then a single Doomsday Arc, sending the Lich Guard into the bike squad. Interesting.
At least it feels like.
Well, we may see a squad tactics just to pull the bikes back away from the Lich Guard if they push backwards.
Yeah.
Not a lot of incentive for the Necrons to move forward. We are on the ritual today, chat. Oh, no, here we go. All right, yeah, we're going to the middle. I was like, there's no way we don't just engage 1,000 attack bikes and then wrap a bunch of them and force them to take desperate breakouts. But there's not too much incentive for the Necrons to push because it is the ritual, so they can create objectives in their deployment zone and then just chill on them for a while, as we've seen in the invitational games. The downside is these Desolators kind of throw a wrench in the works here. What do the Desolators even shoot at?
No, the Technomancer has a 10-inch.
Did we even shoot them? I guess maybe we shot into the Doomsday Arc.
Let me make sure
No,
it's
that
not
was out of range. I don't.
played ones from
Did we forget to shoot the Desolator shot?
9-inch
Just- oh no. No. I bet they shot into Tomb Blades and didn't do too much damage.
Right, correct.
The downside is that they kind of have to have the Oath target against high toughness stuff, and if they're not shooting into Oaths, then it's a little bit awkward.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, big Lich Guard brick. Let's go.
So try to go back there. Reanimator comes and hangs out over here. Both of the Doomsday Arcs, I guess, will just stand still. The Heavy Destroyers don't really care. They're going to hit on 2s regardless. So we'll get up over here just in case there's like a survivor and maybe we need to bonk him with a blade or
Is
something.
this DDA not
This is my
engaged?
build where he has a blade, right? Yes, he is.
That looks engaged to me, chat.
Put him over there.
It's extremely engaged.
And then these flayed ones. We can also build over here because does the
Is
whole
this
objective marker
Doomsday
have
Arc
to
in
be?
melee?
Yeah,
What's that?
I don't believe he is because this guy didn't pile in and he couldn't have started in melee.
Yeah, if you did, then I need to scoot this guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's
I
a
think
little
he's
bit
right
close, I think.
He's right outside of the range. Sure.
Yeah, if he's up, then that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's less
Um,
devastating for the Necrons, I think.
Trevi, do you know
I should've-
per
this
the
guy.
mission,
Yeah. I killed that.
does this objective marker have to be wholly in no man's land to be scored?
It has to be. It
Like, I
has to be
couldn't
set
just-
up wholly within no man's land.
Yeah, okay. So I think we're going to have to just set it up like over here in that case. Well, hang on. We've also got this objective marker that I can build it off of, potentially.
Right. It just has to be wholly in no man's land. So yeah, you have to put it inside the Lich Guard, basically.
Yeah, well, we can set it up over here. It's not ideal, but we can do that as well.
Ritual is such a weird mission, chat. I kind of like it though.
That looks fine.
I think it's one of the it's
also
one of the
doesn't
most
look quite
controversial ones
good.
in the new packet. It's very complicated, but man, the play patterns in Rituals are very cool, and you end up with kind of zany game states. I really enjoy Ritual. I think it's one of the standouts of like what can be done with a 40k mission with the 10th edition rule set. That makes things really interesting.
Then we got Tomb Blades that want to probably do something.
Deathwatch lost Black Shield. Artemis went on rotation. Kill team's no longer battle line. And still doing okay. Yeah, I mean, it turns out when you retain the 9th edition Thunderhammer profile, they have like, what strength 9, AP3, 3 damage Thunderhammers with devastating wounds, and Oh, look at this. We got a reactive move off of the lieutenant. There he goes. See ya.
Valid target.
See ya, buddy. Just go behind the wall. You can just go behind the wall. What are we doing? Does this save him? Definitely in line of sight still, at least from one guy. Can't we just go behind that wall? Okay.
Maybe not. You could also just put him over here.
I mean, Deathwatch have so many tools, right? Like, Space Marines are the toolbox faction. They have infinite ways to do cool stuff. And Deathwatch, the ammo, ammo swap stratagems are nuts. Absolutely crazy good. They're some of the best, I think, ranged attack bonus stratagems in the entire game. You can get Assault, you can get 2+ anti-infantry, you can get an 8-inch extended range, or 6-inch extended range, right? Oh my god, the flexibility of the faction is insane. It's so good. So I think T-Dog pretty excited here for these 2 Tomb Blades to fire into one of these Invader ATVs. If the Invaders can then respond with the Onslaught Gatling Cannons to just pick up the Tomb Blades and the reactive fire, that would then just donate the objective back to him. That would be a big deal.
And tie up a Storm Speeder.
Tear runs down the Wolfen's cheek. Yeah. My heart goes out to Wolfen for sure. They're very bad. Space Wolves doing alright, though. Space Wolves aren't too bad. It's like a character game for Space Wolves, but their characters are really strong.
So that being the case, I think they can come this way a little bit and help out. Yeah.
Hey, I really messed up over here. I definitely should have. I made 2 huge mistakes. I didn't fire my Desos, and I definitely should have piled it.
Oh, he didn't shoot the Desolation Squad. Chat, that's so big. Got too excited about that big charge. That's unfortunate. That is a sad time. Oh well. Oof. Yeah, we could have definitely picked up another Tombblade squad, or maybe even put some hurt on that Doomsday Arc. 6 wounds if you're Storm of Fire and Devastator Doctrine. That's definitely doable for the Devastator squad, or the Desolator squad. Excuse me. Oh, that's super unfortunate, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just forget.
All right, -1 extra.
-1
-1
AP
AP.
weapons. Yeah.
Okay. I believe that your unit is not getting cover because I can see your entire unit, and these are bikers, right?
Does he get the benefit of cover for being fully in the terrain though?
You're not infantry or swarm.
It doesn't matter what keywords you are now. If you're wholly within the ruins, you just get cover, even if you're a
like
Shadow
these 2
Sword.
will get cover.
Right.
But yeah, like this.
Well, then you might not want to spend that because these guys are only AP1, and then the arcs are AP4. I guess the AP4 does make a difference.
Yeah,
so.
the AP4. I'll wait to spend it until you choose them. But yeah, okay,
Sure.
go for it.
Yeah, the
All
stuff
right,
that's it's out of line of sight from will get cover as well. So the stuff that's physically behind the ruins, like these models, potentially, depending on who's attacking.
Like this guy will get cover also, and like this guy will get.
Well, these 2 are not out of line of sight.
Yeah, these guys are inside the terrain, so you draw normal line of sight to them. But these guys are outside, yeah.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Okay. But also not outside line of sight because these guys can.
Go ahead.
Chat, we were talking about how if there's the potential of new
36
Primarch
shots.
releases in 10th edition, Space Wolves might be primed to get one.
And exploding on 5s.
Agent,
That's
how hype would you be if we got a Logan Grim, or not a Logan? What's the
See, what was I
Lehman
saying about
Russ?
36
A
shots,
Lehman
45
Russ
hits
release
usually?
in 10th edition 40k.
That was
Would you be like
perfectly
through
predicted.
through the
Only
roof
on
over here?
3s,
So in Midic Annihilators shooting off right now. These things are absolutely
and then
nuts.
rerolling wounds. So you've got 39 3-up saves.
Rapid fire sustained hits. So many
Oh,
so many
that is
attacks.
not- that is not easy to read.
No, it's not. So I need to
Why
pull
did it
7 of these out in order to get the ATV killed. So the ATV's gonna eat 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
It
7.
looks like it was a pretty good roll overall. Oh, here's another one.
So it kills the ATV. It does 3 damage to another.
Oh, did we order roll these?
Okay.
And I think I need to do it to. I'm gonna run into.
The sound effect, yeah.
So I did 11 damage.
Yeah,
So it's 7 damage
I
on
understand.
ATV, and the
Primarchs
third
are so cool, man.
is
I'm a at heart I'm a Timmy, and I just love the big
Oh,
big boy with the big sword,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
and I think it's rad.
It's okay. All
I thought it was cool when Space Wolves were playing Robu D. Gilliman,
So ATV's
and you
down,
could like pretend he was Lumen Russ.
Russ.
That's pretty sweet.
Then Doom's
Not
down,
anymore.
Doom's
Now you
down,
have to play
FP's down. We'll start with the
lame
Dust
Ultramarines to play
Slayers.
him, but good enough. All right. So Invader ATV goes down to the Inminic Annihilators. Not too much actual work done to the rest of the unit though. A little bit of damage to one of the Outriders, but that's it.
You've got 7 more 3-up saves.
And one more
So
damage
is that
taken.
fine?
These saves! Look at these saves go! Kills the
D6
Outrider
plus
and 1
2
ATV.
shots into them. I'm gonna command point that.
Oh, I
Okay.
think I'm gonna vex your command point reroll.
Okay.
Vecting
Command point rerolls back.
CP reroll. Interesting. With the Calidus Assassin.
You didn't even use it. Last
Wow.
time.
Not even using the Protocol of the Undying Legions is usually the one that you get you vect
hitting
in
on twos.
the Necron matchup here, but
Gross.
I
Wounding
think
on
that
twos, gets to the
T-Dog
devastating.
might just be recognizing that he probably can't kill the
So
Lichguard
that's
brick.
5 at AP4.
And there's no reason to attack it if he can't kill it, because it's just going to regenerate models back onto the table and give itself additional movement.
How much damage? You
So what he may just be doing is focus firing the stuff in the back, and if he can clear out the stuff in the back and actually get the bikes around the sides, he has a much better chance of winning rather than trying to deal with the Lichguard in the middle.
And then I guess the captain will because he's wholly within, but no one else will, I don't think.
So then it
Seeing
goes 1.
added Magnus to your Thousand Suns army. Magnus is so sick, dude. What a model that guy is. When I was starting Thousand Suns for 10th edition, ooh, that was a big shot from the Doomsday Arc there. Look at that. 4 Outriders just picked up immediately from the 1 DDA.
The second one.
And then here goes another one. Yeah, all right. Well, it might be curtains for these Outriders here. That is unfortunate.
4 shots.
If we had caught both Doomsday Arcs, I think that would have been big.
2s.
But unable
That's
to,
gonna be
to
3
pile
saves
into the
and
second
4
one
more
was too bad.
damage.
And that is a lot of lost Space Marines. That unit is not cheap with the Invader ATV
That's
attached.
gonna be 4 points on
Plus
each
the
of
captain's
them.
about 300 points. Oof. That is too bad.
Then we'll go over to these Tomb Blades.
Man, I was hyped for that squad, but
They're
unfortunately
gonna
just
fire
got ruined. All right, here we go. So we got reactive fires potentially here, thanks to these guys.
They just these front
Ability to
two.
shoot back?
Yeah,
Just the front 2. All right, so we can eat a multi and try to take this thing down. We'll give it a shot. Oh my god, that's so goofy.
It's a
All
good
right, it's really good. Yeah, 9 shots. Okay, so it's not gonna die. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s was devastating. All right, so you got 1 mortal wound and 4 3 saves. Take 2 damage.
damage.
I guess they both can return fire now, can't they?
Yeah. I'll just roll them together.
Yeah, go for it. -1 to hit.
Up the shots first. There's no wounded ones in there, right? You re-healed them all?
No.
Yeah.
This is a full squad.
Or multi-melt the shots. Bad hit roll. And then this is going to be 3. Wow.
Yeah, so this
Great job,
Outrider
guys.
escort
Go back
ability
to
is what
locker.
they're discussing here, chat. As soon as you attack any one of these attack bikes, every other attack bike within 6 inches can shoot you. Or, excuse me, that attack bike and every other attack bike within 6 inches can shoot you. So after your attack's resolved, they'll just declare reactive fires. So, non-zero chance to just pick up a Tomb Blades and responsive fire here.
All right.
All right, looks like they've survived unscathed so far.
That is
The
pretty
problem
much
is that,
going to be
yeah,
our shooting.
It's a little bit dangerous on their shooting on this side.
Um,
Looks like we're just not even going to declare it.
So we'll go on to the charge phase. Yeah. I think we are going to do a bit of a multi-charge. I think we're going to charge all 3 of these guys.
A little bit of a multi-charge. The
because
Lich
it's
Guard
gonna be
into
like a
half of my opponent's army.
That was-
5-inch charge. Almost
I
failed
thought
it on
for
the
a
attack
second
bike
I
in the
was gonna
center.
roll a 3. I was
Yeah.
going to be so mad.
He would still have that guy got it with a 3.
20 hours to paint Magnus? Damn, Legion, I bet that looks great. Did you post pictures of your Magnus in chat? Or in the painting and modeling
Real rough.
thing?
He has to
Channel?
He has to base because he can base, right? So he
Oh,
has
good
to
point.
know-
Yeah, so I'm actually going to hold them off. In that.
Yeah, so when I was considering getting Thousand Suns, I was like, oh, do I want to like shell out for a Magnus? You know, how invested am I in this army? And I was like, hold up. Like, worst case scenario, even if Thousand Suns are like, they suck to play and they get nerfed tomorrow, I'll have a Magnus the Red, which is like probably one of the most gorgeous models in 40k. So there's like no downside basically to buying that guy. In my head,
Right.
I was like, worst case scenario, I have a really, really good shelf piece.
Hate it.
And oh my god, is he a gorgeous model? He looks so good. I need a good display case for my stuff. I think I might get some glass cabinets for the studio here.
Oh, look at that. We can't base it.
All right, here comes the big charge, engaging all the attack bikes. This one's ringed, but it's also most likely dead. Gonna be a lot of lost attacks, I think, here, just because of the requirement to base.
Over here.
Not good enough to brag? Okay.
Over here.
Your call, man. I bet it looks great, though. 20 hours in, I
And
bet it looks
that will
amazing.
Carry us into the fight phase.
All right, Lich Guard attacking. Let's see what these hyper phase swords can do to some attack bikers. They should be fine.
And also,
They should be
Lich Guard
fine to
do
pick
not
up
get
the
hit
attack
by
bikes here.
Lich Guard.
Or at least one of them. At
Like,
least
we
one
probably
attack bike.
do it, but we have to like gang up on an attack bike to make sure we kill it. Like sometimes they just can't fight their way out of a rhino. The Overlord does a lot of the lifting.
Great. Yeah, they don't actually have that many attacks. Melee's dead.
So for assurances, I'm going to have plop, and then I'm going to have these two, the Technomancer, this Lich Guard, and the Overlord will attack this attack bike. Everyone else is going into that attack bike.
Right.
We'll start with the Overlord. 3 attacks on 2s. Strength 12, so probably winning on 2s. Yeah. And then 6s are devastating. So 1 at AP 4 and 3 mortal wounds.
Just get him.
And then we will have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Lich Guard and 1 Crypto Thrall into the other guy. So 21 attacks. Hitting on 2s. And wounding on 3s. 13 at AP2.
And he got him.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So 5 on no prisoners.
All
so
right,
not that. And then
so
we've got
that
one
is
guy
the
on
attack bikes
objective,
killed.
and that's going to be,
Looks like only 1 on Overwhelm, I think, right? Yeah. Didn't quite get
and
2
then
because the other attack bike survived and
solid.
one of them wasn't on the objective. Actually, kind of a prescient play by T-Dog to keep to not put every single bike on the objective, because then you don't need all the OC there. If the Lich Guard can get to you, they'll probably out OC you anyway. These Outriders, I believe, are only AOC 2. Yeah, so that's 6 OC, which the Necrons will be able to beat. So
What's the OC
zeroing
on the
out
bike?
the Space Marine primary score,
So I got 1, 2.
but we'll see what T-Dog can pick up this coming turn. He still has a lot of beef on the table. Anything in strategic reserve? No, we just have death marks for the Necrons. Picked up a lot of the sideline units, and I think if we leave the Lich Guard alive, it's probably possible for the Space Marines to kind of refuse flank the Doomsday Arcs. And just put themselves in a position where they just pick up literally all the Tomb Blades. Maybe they indirect fire the flayed ones. That should be a primary target for the Desolation Squad, because that will actually remove Kellen from his objective. Looks like maybe a little bit of a mistake. Didn't put any Lich Guard in the objective, so if the flayed ones go down, he's just gonna lose it and not score primary himself. Assuming that the middle objective gets contested, but T-Dog might just cede it to him and create objectives somewhere else. And then try to keep everything out of line of sight of the Doomsday Arcs, and basically outside the Lich Guard, just like pushing forward and getting screened out by 1 Invader ATV, most likely. Not really able to reciprocate on the Space Marine army, and that would be pretty good. That would be a good situation. The one thing that T-Dog has to do is not overextend into these Doomsday Arcs, because they are about to heal back to full. He could. There's probably a little voice in his head telling him to like oath a Doomsday Arc and try to one-shot it with Desolators, which is definitely possible, but probably not advisable.
You came in swinging.
I know. I feel like
You
I
swung
plinked
back.
off. Yeah, I feel like I plinked off kind of here. I mean, I killed those destroyers, but
Yeah, I mean, killing the destroyers is going to be big. These things swing up above their
yeah. I knew I wanted to get, and they're so good at killing my bike, so I knew I wanted to get rid of those like turn 1. I wish I did a little bit more damage to the Doomsday Arc. But I feel like I just like don't have anything that can handle these Lich Guard. I'm getting ready. Am I going to shoot my whole army at them and do nothing? And I totally forgot to shoot my Desos turn 1. I can't believe I'm that big of an idiot. And I didn't pile into this Doomsday Arc too. That was also a big deal. I might have had a couple bikes over here too. I don't know,
Yeah, if the
so-
Desolation Squad had picked up the remainder of the Tomb Blades here, that would have been big. That would have been a lot of weight off of T-Dog's shoulders. He could then start to try to pick at the Doomsday Arcs, or maybe even the Reanimator, but
how much?
it is what it is, unfortunately.
On
I have
point,
definitely
I've
also
got
forgotten to
1,
shoot my
2,
Desolators
3,
in the
4, 5,
past
6,
chat.
7, 8
That is
posters.
not... It's such an easy unit to forget about, because they're just, like, sitting in the corner, they're out of line of sight. Sometimes you can't even see your own Desolator Squad, because they're hiding so hard.
Are you doing any doctrines, by the way?
So I definitely don't... I can't fault him too much.
Yeah, I'm thinking no.
Agent X posting and painting and modeling. Oh, look at this glorious mug.
Did your attack bike want to fight back? I mean, actually, I don't think.
I love him.
I think
Agent X. I love this man.
No, you don't.
Wait, I'm gonna post him in the Discord. Actually, can I?
Go ahead and pass the clock while you're rolling these.
I don't think he's gonna show up on the screen. I'm recording the. I'm only streaming the application chat. I'll put it. Look at this. Look at this glorious man, though.
Yeah,
Absolutely glorious. I love him.
This guy is gonna go like this. Oh, the Lich Guard is my oak target. We're gonna shoot at him for science and just we can send this clip to Games Workshop and say, hey, you guys need to do something about this. My whole army just shot at him and did nothing. So let's see what happens.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, shush, shush.
Yes. So, show Games Workshop how dumb Necrons are.
These guys around. Oh, did I draw?
It's surprising to me that Necrons don't have a higher win rate. I mean, look at like the WTC. Like most of the like Seed 1 nations are playing Necrons, just because they're so freaking consistent at scoring. And some of the best players in the world rocking Necrons right now at WTC. I think people have been sleeping on this faction super hard, and it's kind of wild.
For control, I believe you change control at like the end of a phase, or at the start of a new phase.
I forgot to pick up my assassin, but I don't think I want to actually. But now I've seen all my stuff. I would have picked her up at the end of your turn. Let me decide what to do with her.
Yeah. Generally, that is something to be expected. So, like, if you want to, that's probably fine.
Actually, now having seen my secondaries, I don't think I would, because I would want to march out here and like try to control this objective. But yeah, I think that I would have gained too much information. I would have definitely pulled her at the end of your turn.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's interesting. T-Dog saying he probably would have declared the assassin going into reserve, even though it was probably bad for him. That's good, sort of handicapping yourself for forgotten information, which is nice. You know, nice to see.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to shoot my monster. What an idiot. All right, this tank is gonna go. He's gonna spin like half an inch to rotate, so he's got 9.5 left. So now he's got 5 left. That should be enough to get him. There should be 18 of these guys, right? Yeah. Okay. And let's roll to advance on my Desos because they can.
Okay.
That much.
And you can fire your Castellan and your super crack missiles.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you suffer any penalty to hit when you do that?
It's heavy, so the rockets will only be hitting on 4s. But yeah.
Okay. But it's not like an old combi weapon where shooting both profiles has a penalty to do so. You can just
So
do
the
that.
Desolation Squad's coming out. Gonna try to rocket down the Tomb Blades. Unfortunately, they are a big unit, so they're really susceptible to blast. I think that only 2 Doomsday Arcs could see them if we see the return fire. We could potentially Hour of Contempt to try to keep them alive.
Are you falling back this attack?
I think T-Dog is just throwing everything into the
Because obviously, if you don't, that kind of sucks up.
everything into the Lich Guard, maybe.
Make sure you're outside of an inch of this Technomancer. You might just have to be like there.
Yeah. So actually, I have 8. I have 8 on this point. You said you had 8 on the point too.
I've got 1, 2. Yeah, I think I have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8.
I actually have to kill some in order to take it. Okay. I think we'll. I don't know.
And just remember that I could kill people in the back and then reanimate them.
Right. I pretty much have to get through the whole squad in order to do it. We'll see. I doubt it. Like I said, this is so we can send the clip to Games Workshop and say, hey, do something like it. This guy is going to come. I guess I'll put him over here.
Oh yeah, Damn Legion, your Magnus does look good. Man, you did all the trim on the armor too. Metallic trim. That is, you are a brave man, sir. Oh, there's a Lich Guard in the back here.
Yeah.
It's gonna matter because he's gonna draw off.
You're totally.
You.
Are you trying to be on the point?
I was, but I don't think I can get in here without being an engineer because that's measuring.
There's
Measuring it off here.
There's like a little friend in the back who got left behind.
Oh yeah.
Oh
here.
my God. Yeah, I looked at him earlier and I knew I was going to forget about it. So he's just kind of up in there somewhere. Thank you.
Because that's measuring it off of his base, not like the physical model. So I don't actually think I can fit through.
Well, no, these guys aren't whole measure; they're base measure.
Guys gotta be whole measure. Look at how much they hang over that. Are you sure?
Nah, they're base measure.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're just bikers.
Can confirm.
They didn't have it in the last edition.
It's pretty wild.
They need to fix it. They need to fix that rule too. Okay. And then
They do need to fix.
I don't know if I
measure.
want whole measure tomb blades. That sounds like a nightmare to deal with. That sounds like all those little spin bits, and then people are going to start lopping these things off because they look cool, but they just add.
oh, the people are gonna start modeling for advantage. You think?
Yeah, because the shield veins and stuff are optional technically, so people can just remove them, and it's still a valid model.
That's crazy. I don't know where to put her. There, you saw those things coming from Deep Strike too, I guess.
Death marks.
Go here. Nope. You go here. Yeah, we'll just get right here. Rotate her so her little sword's sticking out through the crack. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I can draw a line of sight there to those guys. I should be able to get them.
Man, Cha-Cha, very tired. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm very hungover. Pretty wild night last night, to be honest. Damn Legion, thanks for the kind words, dude. Is it your birthday today? You didn't tell me it was your birthday. If so, happy birthday, my man.
You get luckier, but I just think not that. This is good.
That is also a thing that will probably happen.
I can shoot over here.
I think Commander Cha-Cha is on more than 7 games a week,
Over here.
right? You've got to be.
There's much shooting, much stuff. Oh, and her flamer has precision. Actually, if I get super lucky, maybe I snipe out your.
Just so you are aware, my Overlord is -1 damage and 5 up feel no pain. My Technomancer has a 4 up feel no pain.
He's a 4 feel no pain. Okay.
Yeah, he has a 4 up as long as the Crypto Thralls are in the unit.
Okay.
Damn Legion, happy birthday, man. Hope you're having a good one. Thank you for spending some birthday time hanging out on stream with us. Appreciate you, dude.
Shooting phase. Let's start with the main event. We're gonna pop these Desos into your Lich Guard.
All right, lock shields. This might hurt a bit.
Here you go.
I've never
Hyper
actually played against Desolators before, so we'll see
We'll
how
see.
bad this is.
I've done this many times.
is
I
wishing you a
think
happy
it's
birthday
too
if
good.
it worked. There you go.
-1 to hit and wound.
Happy birthday.
Okay. And then let's see.
Here's a happy birthday from Harry Dan too.
Actually, hold on.
All the
That's
emojis
2
say happy
each,
birthday.
Yeah, but let me do the rockets first because you've got guys on full health. So these will just like blank guys.
Okay.
These are going to be hitting on 4s, 5s, and 6s. Explode.
Just 5s and 6s because -1 to hit.
All right, sorry. I guess I'm pitching.
Whoa! Whoa! Look at that shot, chat. Holy crap. So that was
Right. Yep.
missile shots into the Lich Guard. 9 5-ups. That double thanks to Bolter Discipline. Are you kidding me?
That many on your inbox.
That looks pretty good to me. I don't know.
We're gonna set this clip to Games Workshop, and they're gonna nerf Space Marines. You can't. We have to suppress this chat. They're not. No one's allowed to know what's happened here. Oh my god. That was 10 shots from missiles and 15 wounds.
All right, let's take a look at these. So
Holy
I'm gonna
crap.
be a little weird with it.
If you haven't been on the receiving end of a desolator like bolter drill spike, are you really a 40k player? Have you really?
Oh boy, that's great. Could you order to roll some damage dice for me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Get.
We're popping
all right,
off.
bye-bye. Jesus Christ.
We were gonna be
all
sending
right.
this to Games Workshop and nerf the Desos, not
Desolators again? Yeah, that's what it's.
They were taking careful aim. Yeah, that's.
Oh my god! All right, 2 more.
They were just like loading their guns with high explosives this time around.
Like I'll roll 5 dice on that one. Yeah, no. So kill 2 more.
Oh my god. Wait until they overwatch too. Yeah.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
These Lich Guard are about to kill themselves like out of the like reanimator aura too. They'll get like 1 dude back and then get overwatched into oblivion. Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude. Roll your damage.
We're ranging them. They're just a ranging shot.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh man, these Lich Guard. No. The whole unit's almost dead.
Take it on Crypto Thralls, I guess. -3, no cover, you say?
Yeah.
6s. Roll your damage. So the first one's going to take 6. He dies. The next one takes 5 or 4. He dies.
Oh my god.
And then I've got 2 dice left, and I cannot re-roll because it costs 1 extra. I guess if the Lich Guard dies, it'll go on the Technomancer. Roll your damage.
Jeez, dude, those damage rolls were insane.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
That was just like my dice were insanely good and your dice were insanely bad there. That's wild.
That was nuts.
You still have your cracks, right?
Yeah,
or
let's
your
do
cast
the,
ones, right? Yeah.
That was nuts, chat. That was just the missile shot. Are you kidding me?
4 dice.
That was not, or 10 attacks, or 9 attacks, right?
Wounding. Oh, and these procs.
8 hits, 15 wounds,
and
then like all
7,
like
so would be 3
12 failed saves or something insane. Oh my god. I don't know if I've never seen that happen before.
2 damage each. Ignore cover.
All right, so we've got 6 up on the Technomancer.
I don't know what to say there, chat. Is that just game?
The Overlord would take 1.
The Technomancer goes down to the indirect fire. No, the Technomancer goes down to the Venger launcher, and now we shoot Castellans into the Overlord?
Still get all those shots.
Oh my god, dude! What is this game?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20 is 40 or 39 shots.
Yeah, someone call an ambulance, but not for me! Boo, 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 boo.
Okay. These are gonna hit on 3s because I can see you, so these are gonna be 3.
We need that as a voice, as a soundbite, by the way, chat. I'm gonna put that one in there.
And then these proc. Oh, let me reroll.
Somebody put an "I'm in danger" in the chat for this poor little Overlord. This Necron Overlord with his cool war scythe, he thought he was so cool. But no, he was just desolator fodder.
5s, then 6s to wound. No, because it would be 5s. It's gonna be 6s to wound.
Now T-Dog did lose a lot of stuff from that exchange, obviously. Like the entire bike squad is worth probably almost as much as the Lich Guard brick, I think. So honestly, like these 2 armies are basically in parity in terms of actual kills, but in terms of board presence, Space Marines are dominating it right now. It's gonna be tough for the Necrons to come back from that because they just have no forward pressure anymore.
Yeah, he's dead.
Wow.
I think that was the like the odds of that happening were like crazy low. I just got insane dice there.
That was Yeah, and I rolled like no invulnerable saves either.
And I don't think you like made any feel no pains that mattered because my damage rolls on my rockets were insane. Oh, pass the clock back to me. Sorry.
So every time I play Kellen, the opposite always happens, and I shoot into his army and I do no damage, and then I get mad. I think T-Dog's right here. Just he's like, I'm vicariously living through him. Like, I've never seen Kellen lose any models basically in a game, so I'm very excited that that unit just got vaporized.
You'd have to.
That was nuts. That was the craziest. This game has been insane, by the way. I think T-Dog's dice have been popping off in a way I haven't seen the likes of in a long time. He's he has he box card his charge in the first turn into that shot from the Desolator squad. And then we're going to see if we can pick up the Tomb Blades with the remaining shots. We have the Gladiator Lancer that can shoot into the Tomb Blades. We've got maybe one Invader ATV. I'm not sure what the line of sight looks like there, plus the Storm Speeder. But the Invaders all posted up to kill this Lich Guard unit, and now like they get to shoot, like one dude can shoot some Flayed Ones, I guess. That's all that's going on. I think T-Dog has written this game off, but I mean, clearly, Marines are still in it. I do wonder if that Lich Guard squad might have been ready to drop anyway to all the shooting, especially with O's at the moment. The Invader ATVs are all equipped with Onslaught Gatling Cannon, so that's a lot of devastating wounds that potentially they have going down onto those Lich Guard. That's a pretty big deal. So with the full Desolator wombo combo activated, they might have been in a pretty good position to knock that unit out anyway.
Insane to watch.
Yeah, dude, that was insane. We decided she can't set up an objective over here, right?
I hope. Yeah, I don't think she could.
I
I hope we're giving you good content, Trevi.
Yeah, seriously. Hi, YouTube. All right, let's assassin will shoot into these Tomb Blades then. D6 shots for 5. Oh, what are these dice?
Remember 9th with Specialism Extremist, fried 3.
5. So
Fire 3C, cycle of missile launchers and form
3 AP.
ML missile launchers into a Necron brick and overkilled it. Yeah.
AP 2. Yeah.
Specialism Extremist was so nuts. That shot was wild. It was like.
Sorry, I was.
It was not. There were less situations in which it wasn't that great, but when it went off, it really went off. When you got like an aggressor flamer brick, like Indomitor kill team or whatever,
So
into
Into
a Titan or something, and you're like, just windmill slam the Specialism Extremist and kill it with flamethrowers. It's absolutely wild.
Well, Torrent doesn't ignore cover. Ignores cover. Ignores cover.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, that's good.
And then 4 up again. And then 4 up again. Alright, so that kills that Tomb Blade.
Only 1 damage each, so that's.
Oh, it's only 1 damage. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you're good.
I could have rolled that differently.
The Lancer will shoot at them. He'll shoot everything at them.
-1 to hit.
Okay, we'll start with his laser cannon then. This is going to be 4s. Hit.
There's a
2s.
wound. Should
And
do
then
a
we'll
little
do
bit.
just 1 reroll to wound. 2 wounds, AP 4.
5 ups. No, goodbye.
Oh, picks the unit on the Tomb Blades. This Lancer's popping off too, chat. That thing is one shot every single attack it's made with its gun so far. Its main cannon has killed something every time it's shot. And then we're going to get a couple of attacks into Flayed Ones. What a backbreaker of a turn from Space Marines. Holy crap.
The Blade ones here?
Blade ones, yeah.
Alright, -1 to hit, but you're good for now.
Yeah, both hit. And then this is 4s twin linked. 2 AP 1s. Get cover.
4 from cover. Yep.
Alright, and then his Gatling cannon. So -1, so 4s. And then 3s, 6s do mortals. 2 saves, 1 mortal. No ADP. And you get cover, so.
3 ups. Okay, kill 2 more. Whoa.
And now I can't see. You just get to reanimate them back. How cool. I think that's it. I got the tempting target, and I cleansed 2 objectives.
Yeah, you did. Alright, yep, that was a pretty good
That was
That's
insane.
pretty good.
That was
Holy
insane.
shit!
Those dice from those
All right.
dice. Insane.
We'll get a 5 on primary, and we're going to draw going past turn to me. Secure no man's land and assassination. Okay. Like
2 characters left.
we can't do
3. Yeah, I have 3 characters left.
that. Right. Does your apothecary have a feel no pain?
Nope.
No. Does he have an inmold?
Nope.
Okay.
So you can get him with your death marks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, is the Calidus or the apothecary tougher? I think the Calidus is
Callis
tougher
does have
against
an
AP.
inmold.
Yeah,
And she has
that's
lone
fine.
op, so I don't know that you'd be able to shoot her. I
mean, Death Marks can drop on her.
if you get right there, yeah, you should be good. Yeah.
All right, but we got to look at. All right, so Flayed One is going to reanimate. 2
Single
guys come
flayed
back.
one left. Comes back to over half strength, no battle shock to take.
So if I build an objective and I hold it at the end of the turn, would that be pass the turn back to me? By the way, it's still on your time.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
So if I build an objective and I hold it at the end of the turn, would that count towards secure no man's land? Trevi, if you want to weigh in.
You
I don't
don't
know
hold
how
the
that works.
objectives that you build on the same turn you build them, because you have to control them at the end of a phase, and they are constructed after all of your phases end.
Okay, so I have to go and take something.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. This Doomsday Arc is
We
going to
learned
heal
that
2d3
in the
wounds.
Invitational, in fact. It's because objective markers only check for control at the end of each phase. So after the end of your fight phase completes, you
Assassination
check
and
for
secure
control of
no
all
man's
the
land.
objectives. That's the last phase in your turn. Then you construct a new
that.
objective, then you move on. Which is a little bit weird,
Oh shit! I meant to veil the destroyer.
but it is what it is.
It's fine if you don't want.
Yeah. No,
Sure.
pick them up.
Oh yeah, Agent X, yeah. That was your game. That was an interesting discussion, actually, because I was unaware of that interaction, but we learn something new every day.
Well, Mr. Reanimator,
That's a
you
tough one. That
certainly
one's
have a lot less to do now.
that one's very kind of unintuitive, but I definitely misplayed that in a couple games previously because I had no idea that was the how that worked. I thought ritual objectives you could just kind of do whatever with, but yeah, it's very restrictive.
These are things that I always have to accept. This arc will poke his nose out.
All right.
Yeah, heavy flamer ignores cover. It's true. It's funny because like not every torrent weapon ignores cover, which is a little bit idiosyncratic, but there are a lot of them that don't.
So he'll just start making his way this way. This arc will advance, actually. $12. Technomancer still hanging out over here. Give him +1 to hit to everyone. These two blades move over here. What's 12 inches from your Calidus? There. Looks like only one would get in range. Yeah. Yeah, looks like only one would get in range of her. So it looks like we're probably going to be counting on the death marks. So, okay. This guy moved like 6. So we get 12. Yeah, so he's like there. You can go just shoot 12 this way. I don't think that we're going to get within 12 of you.
Yeah.
I could advance and spend a command point to give them assault.
I'm thinking
Which
about
honest? Overwatching.
yeah.
All right, well, make your choice.
What are these things in close combat?
Terrible.
Yeah. No, I'll save it. I need the CP to protect my Desos, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, you're about to see a big committal from the Doomsday Arcs into the Desolators. The Invaders and the Attack Bike, fortunately for Kellen, cannot reactive fire into non-Outrider units.
Yep, I think I
Can I ask, how can the Arc shoot through the corner?
Does not give a feel no pain to the unit.
It's just poking through.
He just like brings models back or something.
You can your line of sight only gets cut by ruins in 10th edition if the line that you're tracing gets traced over the ruin. So as long as the wholly within rule is a little bit confusing because it doesn't, if you're not wholly within the ruin, it doesn't entirely stop you from shooting through it. You just have to have part of your model out the other side, basically. Because we're going to draw the line from this side of the Doomsday Arc instead of like from this side, none of the line of sight is getting drawn through the ruins, so it's able to fire through. It's actually kind of a cool thing about the US Open layouts is that they give you a lot of these little tiny corners. So while normally it would be difficult to fire units through the gaps, the little corners let you poke your protruding bits through the hole. Something freezing, I guess, and then draw line of sight. Here comes the Locust Heavy Destroyers. That is one of the being big is a downside for hiding in terms of line of sight, but it does give you a little bit of an upside in 10th edition, just because it makes it easier for you to get cover, and it makes it easier for you to get interesting lines of sight around terrain too. So it's actually.
I think
They've constructed a system in 10th edition where the size of your model actually isn't always a detriment. You can actually get a little bit of a benefit from it. Drone 6785, thanks for the follow, by the way. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good morning.
You're good. So yeah, I'll just pop over here and then drop an objective down. All right. And then we'll drop in some death marks. I think we're going to leave one squad off, which could be very bad. But yeah, we'll try to just drop them outside of 9 of everyone. And looking at... Or, you know, this squad might actually come in range of the Technomancer if it means that we can still see everyone just fine. Yeah. So we're going to come back over here in range of the Technomancer.
Okay.
Because that'll give us +1 to hit. And so then the squad will hit on 2s. And then we can see the Apothecary. All right. Well, here goes nothing, I guess.
Yeah, I'm the blow black again. It's been blow, counter blow so far, so.
So I'm going to spend 1 command point for the Heavy Destroyers to reroll wound rolls.
Is that against the closest eligible target, or that's everything?
No, it's when I'm in half range or if I'm led by a leader at max range.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll spend a CP to get my Desos Armor and Contempt.
Sure. So we've got 36 shots. 2s, exploding 5s, another pretty solid roll. Not as good as yours, but you know. 49 hits, which is pretty solid. Wounding on 3s with rerolls to wound.
Yikes.
Okay, that's pretty good. 46 3-up saves.
Whoa, man.
Oh, jeez.
That kills 1.
46 wounds
PDC
from the
roll.
Locust Heavy Destroyers.
Dead.
There's and Midic Annihilator's
This
going
one.
absolutely ham right now.
You're dead.
We'll just pull them all off and then we can pair them up.
Okay. It kills 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5.
Okay.
1, 2. Oh man, am I just kind of strung them out too much here? Let's just assume that they're going to be dead, I guess. 3, 4. Then, I guess I gotta start wounding this guy over here. Okay. Let's change it to this guy up here. Okay.
Yeah, these Tomb Blades are going to then shoot them. I should have probably opened with them, but it's fine. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys in the squad, so it's going to be 3d6 shots plus 3. For 16 shots. Hitting on 2s, because they just naturally hit on 2s. Okay, and wounding on 3s with Devastate. So that's going to be 1 mortal wound and 12 3-up saves.
The volume from this
kills
Necron
another,
army. Holy crap.
Kills another and does immortal.
Okay. Oh, this guy's dead. And kills 2 more and does immortal.
Yep.
1, 2, and 3. Okay.
All right. So, I guess at the end of the turn, you could pull all the Desolators and the Apothecary would be left, and that would prevent assassination. I still got to go for shooting him.
Yeah, I guess I thought you were probably get it with your death marks or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah. If I don't, and you choose to kill all the Desolators from Coherency, then the Apothecary would still be alive. Yeah. So we'll go with the death marks next, and we'll shoot the Apothecary. 2s and 3s. 3 at AP 2, 2 damage.
AP 1 with Armor of Contempt. You got him.
All right,
damage
I'll do it. 2. Okay. All right. Oh, how much OC do you have on this objective right now?
This is 3.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. All right. We got to clear them off, I think. Unfortunately, because if we take that point, then we can score stuff. Which means we'll leave a bunch of random stuff flying around for a turn, but I think we got to deal with that. Accept that. So this arc will go ahead and shoot into the Desolation Marines.
All right.
Because we want that objective. Starting with 10 shots from the small arms. Hitting on 2s.
Oof.
Not great. And 4s. 3 3-up saves.
Kills guy.
And then
kills that one and does the damage. Yep.
And then d6 shots plus 1. It's going to be 5 shots. 2s. 2s. That's 4 at AP 4, so down to AP 3. And then you've got cover.
So 5 ups, I guess, right? Doesn't matter. You go.
Okay. And then if we charge the Stalk Speeder. Okay. This Doomsday Arc, we could either shoot an Invader ATV, an attack bike, or we could go for the Gladiator. That's a good question. These guys do your objectives. I'll shoot the Gladiator, because that's really the main thing that's threatening the Doomsday Arcs right now.
Okay.
D6 plus 1 shots for 6 shots. 2s. And 3s. It's going to be 4 at AP 4. You do get cover.
6 ups. Oh my gosh, what a roll. Dude, I've had some insane rolls. What's the damage on that?
4.
Jeez, lucky.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
Just
my god. What is happening? What is this crap? All right.
the Necron player over here, like, why can't I kill my opponent's army? I don't get it. I'm shooting at my opponent's models, and they're not dying. I've never experienced this before.
Have you haven't done
The Emperor protects indeed, chat.
I did last turn. Yeah, I did.
You did last turn, so you
I didn't
can't
even
fall
need
back and
to
shoot
because
again.
I accidentally overkilled those.
Yeah.
Lich Guard.
All right, so these Tomb Blades are going to charge the Storm Speeder here.
Okay.
They get a 10 because that's what they needed. I guess we'll just be here. They're going to get. Guess we do have to base you.
Yeah,
But
so
we
I
should
think
be
he's
able to base you and be on the point. Yeah, and then this guy comes in over here. And fiddly dee. Look at that. Having such a good time. So that's now 6-4, so we'll take that objective theoretically. We could charge flayed ones into an attack bike just to tag things, and then I think they just murder them.
Yeah, it'd be close. Yeah, I think so.
And
If you touch
like
just
we
the
had-
attack bike, probably not. But yeah, if you touch an invader, then
Yeah. Currently, the flayed ones are a thing you have to draw fire into, or else they will reanimate again and be another one. So I think I'm okay with where we're at right now. So I will accept this as I'm not happy, but I am satisfied.
okay.
I will never be happy again. My prized unit has died in a very pathetic way.
Yeah, I had to
these
spend
Tomb Blades.
CP in that unit's 500 points with the upgrades and everything.
Now, you had to roll 9 5-ups. That's what you had to do.
Yeah, no, that was insane dice. I didn't even
Again,
need
I'm not even mad. That was hilarious. But I will not stop giving you shit for that. Nothing. You can go and swing back. -1 to hit.
Then 3s.
4s.
Yeah, duh. Yeah. And then 5s.
This is how math works.
Nothing. Okay.
Okay. So then at the end of that, we do take this objective over. So we will get 5 on Secure No Man's Land. So we actually did score all of those, which is pretty crazy. And then we'll pass the turn.
Well, Necron's cranking up the score here. Marines are on track for primary now. See what they get on secondaries. Overwhelming force investigate signals. It's pretty good. Got good outlets for investigate. Overwhelming force should be easy to score, so should be a good turn of scoring for the old Space Marines.
Those are good. Secondaries to draw. You still have 1 death marks left, right?
Yeah, I still got another Deathmark squad.
For my oath target, I'm gonna select these Locust Heavy Destroyers, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
You will move this. Sorry. Yeah, no Doctrine or anything like
Okay.
that. I probably won't be using any Doctrine. Okay, these guys are just gonna scooch up, so I'm still on the point.
Question. Does your
Yes.
shoot back thing only work in my shooting phase?
Correct. Yeah. So if you Overwatch them, then
Yeah, because before you keep moving, I'm considering an Overwatch.
Okay.
I don't think a command point is worth an attack bike, even with a multi-melta. No, I think you'd have to run something different up at me. So no, keep going.
Okay. I'm gonna move like this, and then we will. I need to go. How does So investigate signals is 2 each, right? Per corner. That's how this works. Let me double check. 8. 2, yeah.
I would just like to say, you know what this game reminds me of?
What's that?
Like a cage fight with like two heavyweights just
It's
smacking each other in the face with no
been
defense.
like that. It's been kind of like
Just
that.
eventually one of us will
haymakers.
knock the other out.
The haymakers
I'm gonna
back
get
and
these
forth.
guys over here to do this.
What's the over under this Gladiator Lancer just picks up a Doomsday Arc now for their insolence? It's like 100%, right? It's like no way it doesn't do
Wholly
that.
within 9 of the corner.
Yeah, I can't actually.
So we should adaptive tactics the infiltrator squad into
sucks.
Devastator to get them in the
It'd
corner
have to be
there.
able to do an action, right? So would I need to
Yeah, if you advanced, you would not be able to do it. You have to action.
get worth a CP to get 2 points? Yeah, I think
I think
bail
at this
on
stage,
it.
kind of.
It's back where they were.
The score is the thing keeping Space Marines back right now.
I'm gonna be able to over there. And do I really want to dedicate my whole speeder shooting to? No, he needs to. Yeah, I think he needs to. I think he needs to shoot. Is he worth 2 points? This guy can shoot at these guys. I think he could probably be pretty good at killing them. Let me move these guys up. Actually, I'll move 3.5.
While you're doing your movement, I'm just gonna go get a drink real quick.
Yeah, cool. 3.5. I'll go like this so that they it's 3.5, 2.5. I'm gonna have coherency issues, whatever. Essentially like this. They're not really gonna be able to do anything. They're just guarding my backfield. Okay. Do I investigate signals with this guy? That's the question. I don't think so. Half. I'll probably just move him like that. Yeah. I pause while he's on, or put this on his time. I'll just work with the time. Yeah, I'm just gonna remove it in my shooting phase. I just didn't want to do it while he's on. It has been really wild. The dice have really made this game crazy. I've practiced rolled desos into Lich Guard so many times and done nothing. That dice roll was just insanely crazy. Yeah. That just shows when you dump. I mean, I dumped 2 CP into them, and it's a 500 point squad essentially with the. I guess it's like 420 with the apothecary and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, there you go. I can't believe I forgot to shoot him turn 1. I'm such an idiot. That was like a huge mistake. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we're going this thing. We're charging, and then I didn't pile into this Doomsday Arc. That was another mistake.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. And I am going to. Oops. Let's start the clock.
All right.
There you go. All right, shooting phase. I moved like this guy around the corner. I gave up on investigate signals. I'll just get 2 points for it with her.
Okay.
And
Sure.
then guy stood still. Actually, let me move him up. Make sure.
Sure.
And that'll get him on this point right here.
Okay.
And that will put him within 18 inches of these guys. Yeah, and he can shoot that guy too. Okay. All right, first shots are going to be, well, this land speeder shooting into the Tomb Blades over here. Are you -1 to hit? If I'm shooting into the guys I'm in combat with, it's still -1.
That is -1 to hit as well, and they're -1. So
It can't be more than one -1 to hit. So I don't.
correct. But if you had heavy or something, I'm countering.
Gotcha. All right. So then the big rocket will hit on 3s, and it'll wound on 2s. 1 wound, AP3.
5 up. Nope. Just kills a guy.
6+1. Yep. As talons. Both hit. And 1 wound. AP3.
Fails. Damage.
6+1.
It's yeah. Okay.
And then how many shots with the rocket pod? 1. This will hit on 4s. It's so weird it has different ballistic skills. Okay. And then do I kill this thing?
You can't shoot that into combat
Oh,
because this is not a vehicle, so
That's
it's not
right,
a
that's
valid
right.
target.
okay. I guess I should have moved this lieutenant. It's like a 6-inch charge though. Okay. Then let's shoot this land speeder into this ghost arc here. Doomsday arc here. We'll go with this big
Okay.
rocket first. Hits on 2s. It's not -1 to hit or anything, right?
No.
And then wounds on 3. Nope. As talons, hit on 2s. Wound on 4s. 1 wound, AP3.
4 up. Nope.
D6+1. 5.
Down to 9.
And how many shots from the rocket pod? 1 again. Hits on 3. Nope. Alright, he will be +1 to wound now for my army.
Okay.
Shoot this multi-melta into him. And the bolt gun. You know what? I kind of want to kill him. I just dump like. I don't think this melta gun's actually gonna kill him. Oh, I'm not in melta range. I thought I was. Ooh, nope, I'm not.
Are you? Let's see. 9-inch melter range. You're 9. You're with an 8.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll put the bolt guns into these. I keep shooting these flayed ones for like doing nothing to them.
Would you like to keep doing that?
Well, I keep killing them, and then they just like not totally killing them, and they come back. Let me do the Lancer first. Well, the Lancer can shoot at this guy too if I need him to. Yeah. All right, let's do this melta gun into him, and I want to make sure I put enough stuff on these heavy destroyers to kill him. So I'll just start putting bolt guns into him. Sure.
Okay.
Oath anyway. All right, melta guns hitting on 3s. Wounding on actually 3s, yeah. Wounds, AP4.
4 up. Saves.
And then the bolt guns into the flayed ones. Alright. And then the Lancer's probably gonna have to shoot at this thing. Let's do it. He's not going to one-shot that other one, so yeah, let's do it. The Lancer's laser gun is going to go into the Doomsday arc. Everything else is going to go into the Locust heavy destroyers. So we'll shoot the laser gun first. Hit.
Start.
On use.
Yep.
Use his 1. We rolled a wound. Wounds. AP4.
Nice. And your damage is D6 plus 3, so you'd have to roll a 6 to kill him if one of them went through.
Should 2 CP to re-roll that.
It would cost me 2 CP for 50-50 that he maybe lives, or I could just say roll 2 1s.
Yeah, hey,
just roll 2.
How the dice.
Just roll 2 1s. Roll 2 1s.
2 1s. Let me give these a good shaking. So that. All right, never mind. I can't even grab them. Here we go.
All right.
6 plus
does,
6.
Does he explode? No.
Oh man,
It's fine.
we did pick
we'll
up
do the
an
rocket
EDA.
pod shots into the Locust heavy destroyers. How many?
That's crazy.
These are gonna hit on 3s. Does not let me grab dice off this tray. Okay, 3s. Oath a moment. Ow. All right. 2d6 shots from his grenade launchers for 4. On 3s. And then wounding on
T6.
Oh, sorry, reroll this. And then 5s and 6s. Rerolling for Oath of Moment. Nothing. And then he's gonna get 6 shots from his stubber. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling. Wounding on 5s and 6s. Rerolling. Finally got some wounds through on those guys. 4. No AP.
All right, 4 3-ups. Takes the damage.
All right. I guess I gotta shoot everything else. I thought I was gonna be able to do more to him. Yeah, we'll just put everything into them. We'll start this back ATV. 7 shots or 8 shots from his Gatling cannon. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling. And then wounding on
T6.
6s do mortals. Oh, nice. 4 saves and 1 mortal.
All right, 4 4-ups.
No AP, so if you...
It's got AP 1, doesn't it?
Gatling cannon doesn't, no AP.
Oh, okay, so 3-ups then. So we'll take 2 damage. So this guy's down to 1.
Then his twin link bolt gun. Both hit. Wounding on 5s and 6s. 2 wounds, AP 1.
4-ups. Kills 1, injures another. And at this point, I have a question for Trevi. If you want to put it on me or pause the time. So I've got 2 strats. I've got reactive reanimate and I've got shoot back whenever I get shot at. How does that work on the stack if I spend, because they both happen immediately after I've been shot and take casualties.
Mm-hmm.
So if I spent the reanimate one first to get this guy back, and then I spent the shoot back, would all 3 be able to shoot back?
Well, if they're simultaneous, then the active player chooses the order in which they resolve.
Okay, so that would be my opponent in this
Yeah.
case.
So yeah.
So
Right.
I imagine he would not like to get shot by that guy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to still spend both because I would like to make you chew through another destroyer.
Yeah.
So I think I'll burn them both. Actually, does shooting back with one guy, keep it on my turn. Shooting back at a guy that's already shot, actually, I don't think has great value right now. So I think instead we're just going to spend the 1 CP to do a reanimate. We'll get 2d3 plus 1 wounds back. And that guy's back at full. This guy heals, and then that guy's back at full. We got 6 wounds.
So I did nothing. Okay. Next one.
Let me just figure out where I'm going to put this guy, and then I'll pass it back to
Nothing.
you. I think
That was
we're
a
just
whole
gonna throw him,
command
like,
point
over
that got spent right there.
Here. Because we can't... Actually, I could throw him back here, and then you couldn't see him, and then I'll always have a guy in
Yeah,
cover,
this is the
right?
most consistent I've ever seen a Lancer be, chat.
Assuming
It's pretty wild.
Of course.
Lancers usually, bounce
Yeah,
around
right.
pretty hard. But this Lancer's kind of going crazy.
Okay, and then I'll pass the time back to you.
Next attack bike, rerolling for Oath of Moment. And 5s and 6s. 6s do mortals. 1.
1 3-up save. Take it on the guy in cover, I guess.
And hit bolt guns. Rerolling for Oath. And then these are going to be 5s and 6s. Rerolling. Nothing. Or, well, 1, sorry. 1 AP 1.
Cover, so 3-up. It's fine.
And then the last one. My secondary, did I mess up any? But yeah, did I kill anything on an objective? No, right?
You
Technically-
killed this Doomsday Arc, which might have been on that objective.
He was through.
He was poking through, but I forget if he was poking all the way through. I don't know if Trevi remembers or how he wants to call that.
I can roll
Poking
it back.
through,
Take a look.
yeah, if you want to check back on the footage.
Yeah.
Let's pause the time. Because that was the only thing you fully killed so far, right?
Yeah. I need to kill 2 things in order to max it out. So I think I actually need to put this next ATV into these flayed ones. If he wasn't on the objective, I have to hope I kill this Tomb Blade in melee or something.
It's tough to see because we built the objective halfway through. I think that it was. Yeah, I think that
Whatever
was
your
on
call
it.
is.
Yep.
I think it would be
Right,
hard
so, yeah.
to beat
So
through
yeah,
here.
go ahead and give yourself 3 points.
Okay. And then I'll shoot the last ATV at these flayed ones.
Okay.
my
-1 to
cannon,
hit.
Force. And then
No rerolls on these guys. These are not
Yep.
oath targets.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Yep, thank you. And then hitting or wounding on 3, 6s do mortals. We got 2
Very
mortals and 2 saves.
There's one alive.
Okay. Well, he's still got a bolt gun. Let's clear.
Yeah.
Let's hope he gets it with that. Force.
These flayed ones, chat.
And then
Oh,
They're
force.
too strong.
And linked. Got it. AP1.
5 up. Where's this guy shooting from? Which ATV is this?
You'll get cover. I think.
Does he?
I don't know.
He has cover.
Yeah, I think so. And when you had some over here too, you probably I don't know. You probably get cover. Everybody gets
All
cover
right.
these days.
4 up. 50-50. Here we go.
Oh, got him. No more CP to reroll.
All
Thanks to
right.
the Callus assassin.
So yeah, you'll get your 5 on that.
The flayed one's finally dead, chat.
And then I think that's it for shooting.
Hmm.
Charges. I think we do. Well, I think this lieutenant's gonna go into this Tomb Blade. I think I want to do this Lancer first. Let me charge this Lancer into him.
Okay.
Oh, the suspense 5.
Nah, definitely not.
Yep. All right. Now the lieutenant.
Uh-oh.
5.
That'll not do it.
Think. No.
No,
I think that
definitely
doesn't
not.
either. For these guys. All right. Let's see if I get a 10 on these. I give up my home. Don't draw. Secure. Capturing the outpost next turn. Okay.
Well, I can't drop onto objectives anyway. So
Oh, that's right. Scrambling fields. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna end up failing all of these. Hopefully he picks them up. All right, and then I think I'm gonna charge the Locust Heavy Destroyers. I'll start with this front attack bike.
okay.
7. That should do it. Go. Pretty far, but not that far. Go like that. And for that ATV will charge. 12, another 12-inch charge.
Whoa.
I don't think you can get past, so you gotta kind of get in
He
there.
can go through. This isn't a monster vehicle, so
Oh right,
I think he can.
you can go through your friend.
There we
It's
go.
kind of wild that these guys aren't vehicles. They're just big
Next
bikers.
ATV. He's not gonna make it, and then the back ATV. Do it right.
Yeah, I
No,
don't think an
he's
ATV can get.
It doesn't make it either. Okay. Then let's fight over here. We'll do the. Actually, I can roll all their stuff together. I think it's the same profile. And you don't plan on interrupting, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. That's just regular Space Marine attacks. So we'll do 8 regular Joe Bomb Marines. Hitting on. They're not -1 to hit melee, or no, man,
No.
that's the flayed ones. So 3s, nice, all hit, and then 5s and 6s. Rerolling for every
Wow.
opponent.
Look at that hit there.
5.
5
AP.
no AP. Okay, 3 ups. Take 2 on the guy back here.
Then you probably want to fight your Tomb Blade first over here.
Yeah, sure. Well, no, you get to do all your fights first. So that was both of
I
them?
rolled these two together. Yeah. So
Okay,
it's
yeah.
your
Tomb Blade.
Tomb Blade right
Bonk.
here.
Nope, missed.
Okay. And then is this 4 or 3 attacks? This is
4. You're going to be hitting on 4s. This guy.
Okay. Nothing.
Okay.
I get 2 on.
Well, I got to fight back over here.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So we'll pile in. I think I'm actually going to spend a command point here. This guy's based, so he's basing. This guy's going to start working his way out this way, I think, unless that physically does not let him do that. I think he can like pile in out here and get like within 2.
You just watch
Should
out
be
because he
fine.
has to go closer to the BTV.
Oh yeah, all right, fine. He's going to hang out in the building.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to spend a command point here on Protocol the Hungry Void. Because if we kill this bike and are able to pile in, you don't steal the objective.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to spend 1 CP for +1 strength and +1 AP. And then we're going to go with the Locust Lord. He's going to have 4 attacks with his blade, hitting on 2s. Strength 9 now, so wounding on 3s with Devastating. It's going to be 3 wounds at AP 4, damage 2.
Oh, wow. So that just gets him. Or I guess I get. No, I won't even get a 6 up. Yep. No, that just gets him.
That was
Oh,
kind of why
that's
I
solid.
spent the CP also, because that would not give you a save. So that is now, I believe, 6. Yeah, 6
Okay.
OC on that point. So we'll keep that.
Usually you see that guy with the Staff of Light just because he's
Um,
shooting, but the melee profile on the
and
Staff of Light's really
then
bad.
that
That
is
sword
going
is
to
pretty
be-
okay, actually. That's not too bad of a melee swing right there, especially on in the skirmish game.
I'm going to get a 10 on primary.
The Lord's Blade. I like that.
Secondaries I draw this turn are behind enemy lines and tempting target. Okay. Which target's going to be tempting?
I think this one over
Alright.
here. What's your Tomb Blades OC? Yeah, I mean I have a shit ton
2.
of OC over here. Yeah.
Yeah, because is your Lancer on this as well?
Yeah, I just put his blood on there.
Okay. All right. Cool. Probably accept that because if the Lancer blows up and these Tomb Blades survive, we can also get these Tomb Blades to move up and start doing shenanigans. So I think we could probably swing that. So after command phase, we're going to do some reanimations. Well, in the command phase, this guy heals just 2d3. He'll be back up to full health. Over here, these Tomb Blades will reanimate. Please roll a 3. That'd be super cool. No, we get 1 guy. So now up to 4 OC on this point, tier 7.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's a thing. Death Marks are probably just going to stand still. Let's go to the movement phase, because no one else needs to reanimate. These Tomb Blades are going to fly.
So behind enemy lines, actually not too bad, assuming that Callan
Use
sort of
my
Mm.
bends
Lieutenant's move.
his ambition.
Okay.
That doesn't do anything.
Block you. Like charge it
Remember-
down.
Remember that I fly.
Oh yeah, crap. Never mind. Yeah, I'll just leave him where he's at then. I'll
Yeah. You could maybe make the
Yeah.
real estate tougher, but yeah, it is what it is.
I think this Doomsday
But
Arc
Kellen
might
could
be
just
up
fall
to,
back with the Tomb Blades and
6,
go get behind enemy
maybe
lines with them. So that's
Roku's
actually probably
gets them
worth,
through.
as long as he's assuming that he's not going to
There's
get
like 7, and then like a 2
the,
I think that works.
capture or tempting target.
Versus
It would be tough because
through.
the Tomb
Does not
Blades
get
would have
him
to
on
sit
the
in melee
point,
with an
meaning
OC3
the
thing.
Necromancer's gonna have to come
You'd have
over
to
here
kill
and
the
sit on
Lancer
point,
and the Lieutenant.
which is precarious, but
I don't think I'm gonna
It
have
is
much
possible
damage
that the
to this
Tomb Blades in the middle kill the Lieutenant.
we will certainly see. All right, so the Lieutenant moved away. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is Lone Op based on model or is it based on unit? Is it if the unit's within 12?
It's on a
Pause
per
while we look
model
on.
basis.
Per model basis. Got it.
I released a video on Friday about it. You can watch it.
Oh. I should do that.
Well, throw a
All
plug
right,
out
so
there.
we're back
Chat.
on time.
That one didn't do so hot.
Doomsday Arc's there. This one's going to stand still
I need y'all to
because
go watch my
he
character
sees
video.
everything he could ever want to see. We are going to try to beat
Might
up this
re-release it,
ATV
honestly.
in melee. And then we're going to drop some death marks down. 9 inches away from this thunder strike, but we're going to just get behind if we can. If we can't over here, there should be another spot we can do it.
You got it.
Yep, they'll just drop it right there. And I believe it's like a 3 if I do.
Damn,
that.
Legion, I appreciate your absence of
Units
comment.
3. Units 5.
Yep. And then it's and it yeah, this looks like it doesn't have any difference on tactical or fixed.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's 5 if it's 5 if you get 2, but otherwise it's still 3.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Okay. And then the other one was tempting target, which we are working on. Okay. Yep. Nice. And then you currently have 7 OC over there. So we might leave the Lancer alive. All right. Let's go to the shooting phase. And I will start. Yeah, I think for this plan to work, we have to leave the Lancer alive so that the Tomb Blades have the ability to charge it and get onto this point, potentially, if they roll high enough. It also shuts down the Lancer for a turn anyways, so I guess you shoot out of comp, but I'll give you -1 to hit, I guess. And also, it gives us the objective. That is the key part. So we are going to open with this Doomsday Arc, just we'll open with this Doomsday Arc shooting at an ATV.
All right.
The one back here. ATVs are not vehicles, so I can't shoot that one. So we'll just shoot everything at this one.
All right.
D6 +1 shots for 6 shots, hitting on 2s because heavy. And then wounding on 2s, 6s are devastating. Take 4 mortal wounds and 3 at AP4.
Let me roll 3 6-ups again. No, got it.
Not lucky. Not that lucky again.
I already burned all my luck this game.
Okay.
Kellen wishes that were true.
And yeah, because when these guys go to charge off, yeah. So we want this gone. So we will take the second Doomsday Arc and shoot that ATV. D6 +1 shots for another 6 shots. Hitting on 2s and wounding on 2s. No devastating here. 2 at AP4.
6 ups. 1 to live. Nope. Got it.
Nope. I'll shoot you off that point. These death marks will just take some pot shots at the storm speeder, assuming that they can't like shoot back at me when I target it.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that over here too. I guess technically I could have taken some pot shots.
Would you like to roll it up real quick?
No, I don't think it's gonna do anything.
I don't think it would have done anything either. All right, 5 shots from the death marks, hitting on 3s into the guy. 6s, 1 at AP2. All right, take 2 damage on your storm speeder for fun and profit. All right, and then these death marks will try to chip up this guy and hope that we don't randomly kill it. Yeah, we're not going to kill it. 1 AP2.
They're good for
Take 2
sniper.
damage.
That's like one of the best sniper profiles.
It's a pretty standard sniper profile, I feel.
Strength 5.
Strength 5, AP2. It's just +1 strength compared to most snipers.
Yeah.
So I think the best like
I
standard
was
issue
the
sniper
thing.
weapon, like non-character.
Yeah, only 4. But
Eldar Rangers are strength 4 but AP 1.
They're bottom.
Marine or Imperium snipers go to AP too.
And that is going to
But
be
the Death Marks get high
cheating.
strength,
I
high
guess
AP.
we'll just waste a little bit more
They
time
get
and
both,
shoot a
the best of
staff
both
light,
worlds. It's
over
pretty
there
nice.
Okay.
at the Storm Speeder.
It's a very good gun.
6. No. Nice. I don't know why I did that, but I felt like doing that. All right. Let's go to the charge phase. This is pretty important. These Tomb Blades are going to charge this Lancer.
Go 4.
Yep. Getting a
Oof, got
5.
Yeah, that's
It's not long enough.
It's actually like the exact number you needed to not be able to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah, but these guys are too far away.
Oh yeah, there you can pile in. Yep, they'll be good.
So they can do
That's
that,
tough.
and then they should be able to like womp.
Mm,
We could get like one more body on that point, which wouldn't be enough. But we're also gonna still hold this point.
Yeah.
I could get this guy. He could have been on this side, and then we have 2 inches. So we could get one more body on that point, which wouldn't be enough. But then we're threatening, and we're also holding this objective still, so that's fine.
Yep.
Then we'll go to the fight phase.
Punish a little bit for not
and
going
we
for the
have to start with
bullets.
Tomb
Although we do have
Blades.
the Death Mark, so that's not too bad.
So pile in.
Just watch out, because you have to base with the pile in.
I do have to. Oh, I'm required to base with the pile.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I don't know if they have
So
the 3-inch to get to the objective. If they're also based.
It does not look. Oh yeah, because then he would have to cut in.
Yeah.
Let's see. So let me start with this one then, because he goes and he would definitely base there.
This unit's so funky, chat.
We're not quite there. That's
Look how
fine.
big they are. Just stabbing that tank with their big
That's fine.
noses.
We got a guy still standing on this point, and we would not have. I guess we would have contested it, but whatever. It's fine. We needed to roll a bit higher.
Hey, that was like the exact roll that didn't get it for you.
Yeah. And just one. Take a damage.
Nice.
Okay.
Good job, Tomb Blades.
And then after that, you can fight with your ATV or your.
Oh yeah, let's do the we'll do the ATV first.
Okay.
And hitting on 3s, re-rolling because they're still my oath target. And wounding on 5s and 6s, re-rolling. 2, no AP.
2 at no AP, 3 ups. Good. And your toughness here is 5. We are strength 4. So, I think I am going to spend the command point again to get extra AP and strength. We're just going to try to kill this guy away. 2s. 3s. 2 at AP 4, so I think there's just going to be 4 damage on him. And then, so these guys aren't going to kill, but they'll get hopefully close. 4 attacks. 2s. Yikes.
Yikes.
No wounds, so that's fine.
All right, I will attack with the speeder. No, wait a minute, your go. Sorry, it'd be your go for the 2 blades.
No, it'd be your go.
Technically, you really should have attacked these here, I guess, but
it's fine. Just roll it up. I don't think you're gonna do much on 4s.
Hitting on 4s, then wounding on 5s and 6s. 2, no AP.
3 ups. We're fine. Then they'll just swing back. Nope, they miss.
All right.
So at the end of that, we'll get a 3 on behind enemy lines. We will not get tempting target. I will dump it for a command point. And then we will pass back to you.
All right, I get 5 on primary.
Yep.
We on the right turn? Did I?
Yeah, we should be on. Yeah, this is turn 4.
Yeah. Assassination and defend stronghold. Hey, I can actually get those.
Ben Stronghold's a little bit of an awkward pull right here.
Oh,
Those Tomb Blades are really threatening the home objective. If the infiltrators don't sort of wall them off, there's a potential that the Tomb Blades run and steal it.
These guys don't have some crazy
A little fallback.
They can shoot
A little
you if you
fallback
drop
action.
an 18.
Is that arrive from reserves, or is that like would
It
they be able
is-
to shoot my assassin?
Set up on the battlefield from reserves.
She doesn't set up from reserves. So
Okay.
I think, I think she'd be able to shoot them.
Yeah, it still triggers.
Would my 12-inch bubble for my infiltrators trigger on that too? Then that's what.
Yeah, the infiltrators prevent like redeploys too. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. I won't put her over there.
No, the primary. Oh,
have
because
the
he
one
put
character
himself
left.
his primary for this round. Yeah,
I
that's
got
fair.
another character
Can
over
fix
here.
that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That actually is important because the
Yeah, she's just gonna go right here.
Yeah, it's the guy who's beating up all your
the
bikes.
score tracker could mess it up. That's man, I don't like the way that the FTC orients the primary scores, but
I think
it's okay. It's a little bit of a quibble.
Booth target. I will pick. I guess I'll pick this Technomancer just because I need to make sure he dies. Although I should be able to just get him. Pick the Doomsday Arc. I should be able to just kill this guy, right? Was he have a Feel No Pain though, right? He has a 4 Feel No Pain.
No, that's only if there's a crypto spell nearby. This guy's a lone operative though.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's pick him then, just to be safe. And then I
Okay.
will declaring any doctrines like this. Use my whole 14-inch move there.
Yeah, it's so easy to make that
And
mistake
I
for
think
sure.
That's all I'm moving.
It's just
Let me
it's just so strange.
let me declare Assault Doctrine since I haven't used it yet. We've only got one turn left, and then let me advance these infiltrators back here for 2. Maybe not. I'm gonna do these one at a time.
By the way, I think you've been marking your primaries in the secondary. No, you've been marking them correctly. Never mind.
If we leave the objective, how will we get defend stronghold, chat? Maybe the lieutenant goes over there. It feels like a overextension.
Okay. And then here. Right, that's it for my movement.
Okay.
Stuff to move. Shooting. Let's go with the land speeder into this Technomancer over here. This big rocket hitting on 2s. Wounding on 2s.
AP. What's the AP?
Peter.
3.
Yeah, AP3.
Okay. That goes straight through. Roll your damage.
Okay. I didn't need to oath him. Alright, he's dead.
Yep.
And
Oh,
then
cheers.
we'll shoot the this Thunder Strike into these Tomb Blades over here that he's in combat with. Start with his
-1 to hit.
Okay, so 3 on the big rocket. One's on 2s. Good.
All right, 5 up. Nope. Kills the
Kill
guy.
one. And last Talon, 10 on 3s. Wound on 3s. 1 wound, AP3.
Nope.
Ooh, finally got that Tomb Blade unit. Wow.
And
Better late than never.
so that's it. I will. Oh, my Lancer. He's not gonna kill this thing. Whatever. Also, you're just gonna reanimate him. I need to kill these Tomb Blades to keep you from scoring this point. I will shoot. I will shoot his. These guys aren't going to be able to do it in close combat, I don't think either. On your 3-inch charge. I kind of want to kill you in close combat anyway, because I can consolidate onto this. Not that it'll score me anything, but it makes you have to like put more stuff on here. Let's shoot. I don't think it really matters. I don't think I kill anything. Game's pretty good. Slipping away from me here. Let's shoot him.
Killing Tomb Blades would be so big right now. They are the primary outlet for killing secondaries, I would say. The other option is obviously we just like go into the death marks and try to pick them up. But the downside is the Tomb Blades are giving -1 to hit to the Lancer's guns, which is pretty unfortunate. Shooting at the Tomb Blades, you don't feel it though, because they already are -1 to hit. So almost might as well just put everything into them anyway.
Then let's do the rocket pod into the Tomb Blades, the laser cannon. You're just gonna reanimate it. Like, what's the point? What's even the point of shooting it?
The point is, I guess, one-shotting it.
I would have to roll 2. I guess whatever. Yeah, we'll go for it. We're gonna shoot the laser cannon into him, rocket pod into him, into these Tomb Blades.
Yep.
Stubber into these Tomb Blades, and we'll shoot the grenade launchers into these death marks over here.
All right. Everything is going to be -1 to hit.
In the Doomsday arc?
Everything is -1. Yeah, because you're shooting out of combat, so you're just -1
Oh yeah,
all
duh,
around.
duh. Okay. Well, he didn't move, so the laser thing is heavy, so this will be 3s. Get out of my list, dude. All right, this thing does nothing all the time. All right.
This Lancer's converted with every single cannon shot this game. Then you're like, oh, the one time it fails to convert. Get it out of here.
Right?
Nope.
6 plus 3.
This Lancer is not how I've experienced Lancers before.
6. Or sorry, 8.
Damage.
Yeah, if that other one got through, I would have got
Down to 6.
Then,
You had the rocket pod shooting at him as well?
yeah, and then no, I shot the rocket pod at the Tomb Blades. So
Okay.
how many rocket pod shots? 2. Hitting on 4 3s. Sorry, 3s.
With your -1 to hit? This is -2 to hit, technically, if you got any +1s.
Well, I can't. It can't. You can't ever be -2 to hit. You can.
Right,
that's
well,
just-
what I'm saying is that you should
No,
be
no,
hitting
no,
on
it's-
4s right now.
Yeah, I should be.
But
hitting on
it doesn't matter because you rolled a 6.
Right. And anti-fly 2 up. Right, wounds. AP 1.
AP1 is going to be 4 up save. Kills the guy.
Damage. Yep. And how many grenade launcher shots? D6.
2d6 plus 2.
That's 10.
12.
12 total, and he is within rapid fire for the stubber, so I'll just roll that too. So that's 6, so 18 total. The same profile. I just
Okay.
roll these together. These are going to hit on 4s. And these are going to wound on 4s.
These are T5.
Oh, okay, well, never mind. These 5s. That was still a really good roll. Oops.
Yep, so we got 6 saves, or 7? 7 no AP. All right. So that will be 3 die.
Is it? Should be 4, right? Is this? Are they save on 3s?
They have a 3 up save.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep. All right, charge phase. I will charge this Thunderstrike into your Doomsday Arc over here.
Okay. I'll Overwatch you, I think, for the fun of it.
All right.
So hold up.
Go for it. Go for
So
it.
that sounds like it'll be fun.
Yeah.
4 wounds from the Gauss flares.
Wow. All right. What's it? No AP, right?
No AP. Take 2. And then the cannon. D6 plus 1 for 7
Oh,
shots. Come on, baby. Give me some 6s. 2 6s.
These are AP 4, right? So let's just go through.
Well, I got a wound first.
Oh, sorry.
So what's your toughness?
9.
Wow, okay. Wounding on 3s. 4 mortal wounds and 1 at AP4.
Get some.
Fuck yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
Let's see if he blows up. Okay. And then these infiltrators over
That's
here.
the first time that's ever worked.
Hey, you deserve it after all the crazy dice I've gotten in this game. It's just been a game of crazy dice.
This has been an insane game. This has been a great game.
That
Yeah,
was
it has.
nuts. That was
Um,
nuts
charging
Overwatch
in
there,
all the
chat.
infiltrators.
wanted to call it at the start of this turn, but I'm having fun. So and it's been like I said, it's been crazy shit's happening.
And I don't think you're out of this game, dude. Like, I don't think I'm out either. But like, you know,
Yeah, it's gonna be a tight finish
I
here.
I'm getting all
that
my-
hurt though. That hurts. I'll give you
Yeah.
that.
I
You're
mean,
scoring good right now.
Yeah, because I wanted to hold this point too, so that was just so bad. But yeah.
And did this lieutenant have to base when he charged in?
Actually, I didn't mean to grab him. Sorry. I actually
Oh,
grabbed
he did
the
not
thing.
charge. I see.
Yeah, sorry. I grabbed the wrong thing.
Sure.
Oops. I think I jacked up. Did I actually win that? Where did this guy come from? Yeah, I should've-
Probably somewhere like right there. And then
yeah,
5-inch
sorry.
charge, he would base right
Grabbed
there.
the wrong thing.
Good.
Guess I will charge in this lieutenant too. Let's see. Get on the. Maybe not. Let's see. Can't go through your models. I can only go through my models.
You
right?
cannot go through my models, correct?
So he'll just have to go right there. That's where he can base. Okay, and then I will attack first. Let me pile in these infiltrators. He's gonna get base to base. Get base to base. He's gonna get base to base. I think this guy will probably be out. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, whoa. It was not that out. All right, and then we'll attack with him first. Let me just. I have CP, so let me give him Lance. Oh, and
Sure.
they're assault doctrine, so it's gonna be +1 AP too. So hey, that's cool.
All right. And -1 to hit from Tomb Blades, of course.
These are 2 attacks each or 3 attacks each. I can't remember. 3 attacks each. So 3, 6, 9, 12 attacks. So then 4s. Nice, and then 4s. Cool. That's actually pretty good. 5 AP 1s.
5 4-ups. That kills the squad.
Nice.
Hot diggity
Yeah.
damn.
Then everybody will consolidate. We'll consolidate the Lancer.
Can the Lancer consolidate even if he didn't charge?
Yeah, he doesn't get
He
to
was in
activate.
combat, and now he's not in combat. All right. So
Yeah, so he doesn't get to activate. So he'd still be over here.
Yeah, you can only
I'm
be
consolidating.
you can only be selected to fight if you are currently engaged or you charge this turn. And he is not. He is neither.
What about consolidating after exiting combat? That's what I'm trying to do.
Consolidation happens after you have been selected to fight, after you make your attacks, and he didn't.
It's
do
part
any
of the
those
fight
things.
sequence.
Okay, so then only these infiltrators can consolidate.
Right.
Is that right?
And the lieutenant.
Yeah, anything that charged.
Okay. Then we'll just put all these guys. I might string these
Yeah,
guys.
they
out.
do have
Well,
to go
remember
towards the
that-
closest objective.
Oh yeah.
It has to be towards the closest objective too.
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
I think the lieutenant's
So
on that. Yeah,
your lieutenant could come over here, but they would have to stay
Right.
on here.
they get
Well, that's
vacuumed into that one.
Your turn to swing over here.
Like a
All
black
right.
hole.
Locust Lord.
Sucks them in.
Actually, no, we're gonna start with these guys because if he goes down to 3 wounds, I believe the Locust gets to reroll everything. Yeah, below half strength. So yep. Locusts beat on him. 2s.
That's not how that works, but well, see
Wounding
if
on
it comes up.
5s. 1 wound at no AP. No, that's fine. 4. Hits all the times. Wounds twice at AP4 or AP3 right now.
6 ups.
4 damage.
Nice, got him anyway.
And then they can't really consolidate. I guess these guys will just kind of do that. I guess. Yeah.
Dude, that's
I got,
Locust Destroyer Lord with the
Assassination for
sword is
5.
really good.
I already put that on here for some reason, and then
I'm
that
not
sword
sure.
is
We were
nuts.
working on
That
defense
sword's
now.
awesome.
all right, here you go.
There's so many armies in the game that wish they could have that sword.
This turn I will draw defense.
And I guess people are always trying to engage the
Storm
Locust
Hostile
Destroyers because they kind of
Objective.
suck in melee, but that guy lets them dig out. I like that.
Pull that one off.
Defense
I
Stronghold,
just
Storm
gotta
Hostile
walk
Objective,
over
easy
here,
peasy.
and then I've
Wow,
got
good draws for Kellen here. Hot
And then
damn.
defense stronghold's pretty solid.
To be fair, yeah, he has to
we
watch
got
out
5 on our
for
primary.
squad tactics. What could happen is he moves onto the
We'll
objective
take
and triggers the
reactions.
squad tactics
This
and the
is
infiltrators, and they steal the objective from him. That would be
6
awkward if that happened.
And then these death marks get 2d3 guys.
Man, this
then.
game has come down to it,
Okay.
chat. Both
Four,
players are kind of
so
like,
you
oh,
get
I feel a
the
bit out of
squads
it, but man, this has been a great one. Super good to watch.
So they'll just kind of mosey onto this point. Actually, they can't do that.
Yeah, they have to be
That's,
within
that is
coherence.
cheating now. I would, in fact, be a cheater if I did that. And that is something I am.
The sword costs
not
100 points.
Ever.
Oh no, but you're bringing the
But your
Lucas sword
infiltrators are
anyway,
not like
because the
the
sword
other
doesn't cost anything, right? Because
Nope.
it's
Yeah,
just
you
a data sheet upgrade. I'm not crazy, am I?
So yeah, so we're looking
guess we
at
could actually
that,
just look at
and
his
then
data sheet.
Fine.
What am I doing in my life?
Animated. Yep. So let's go to the movement phase.
Um,
Doomsday Arc's just
But you bring him for the
forward
5-up
just to-
sustain, so
Actually,
he
if doesn't even have
supercharges
to,
the
these
unit
Doomsday
already.
Arcs will do it, or these
And then
Death Marks will
also
do it.
he has like a
Death
good
Marks
melee
walk over
weapon.
here.
But a lot of times you take the Staff of Light, but the Staff of Light is like kind of poopy in terms of output.
Both of the
It just
Doomsday
is a
Archers
gun,
stand
so
still.
people like that.
The heavy destroyers can
Here he is.
scoot 7 inches.
Move
We
7
do have to
too.
be mindful. Yeah, they move 7.
Yeah, that's a solid weapon right there. Basically a 2+
Do I want
2+ weapon scale AP3 power fist, which not a lot of
You can
people
do that
have.
every
All
time.
right, so that would trigger a squad tactics.
All right. Yeah, get him out of here. Give me my points.
He's run away.
I don't think.
No, go forward.
Yeah, I just would be giving you free movement and stuff. We'll move him up here. And free shots on him and stuff. Alright.
Go forward, steal the objective. I guess yeah, they would just die, so it
Okay,
doesn't really make that much of a difference.
Honestly, I'm liking where these death marks are. They're just gonna hang out and be ready to like drop a teleport homer or something like that.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, so let's go to the shooting phase. We are going to start with these death marks shooting these infiltrators. It's 5 shots on
Might as
3.
well get one. I have the CP. Let me just spin armor contempt on him.
Sure. 3s. 3s. 3 at or 4 at AP2.
So effectively AP 0 with cover and armor contempt. Oh, kills 2
Kill 2.
still. Oh, hold on. I get 2. They have a 6-up feel no pain too. So.
They have a 6 up, don't they? Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, from the Helix Adept?
Yep. So kills 1. Oh, kills 1 and 1 wounds 1.
Alright.
We'll take this one and wound this guy. Okay.
This Doomsday Arc will fire his big cannon at the Lancer and his little guns at the infiltrators.
All right.
Big cannon. 3 shots. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s, 6s are devastating.
There you go.
2 saves at AP4 and 4 mortal wound.
Do 6 ups. Oh, close. You got
12 damage.
Blow up.
Boosh.
And then we've got 10 shots into the infiltrators on 3s. Because you don't have stealth, do you?
Just don't.
Okay. And then wounding on 4s. 3 at AP0.
Ah.
6 up, feel no pain.
Yeah, thank you. Roll dice. All right, so it kills this guy, and we'll wound this guy out front. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, these guys, all they can see at this point is infiltrators. So, burn them. Get their asses.
Get him good.
Yeah, I'll roll it for the meme. 36 shots. 2s.
Oh.
Exploding 5s.
Sheesh.
They've spiked their 5s like every time. And then we're going to wound on 3s, and we reroll 1s to wound because you're infantry. So that's 33, effectively 0 AP.
These annihilators are
That's-
so, or exterminators are
Essentially,
so
6
good, dude.
Hey.
That should kill him.
God damn, what a unit! Holy crap!
All right.
That's that, and then they're hanging. Shoot that. He ran away like a coward. So at the end of that, we will work on defense stronghold. We will get storm hostile objective. You will get Defend Stronghold for 3. And it passes back to you. You'll get a 5 on primary.
Oh. Deploy teleport homers and secure no man's land. I will pick my assassin up at the end of your turn.
Yep.
Or over here. I'll get the full thing on deploy teleport homers, secure no man's land. I have to do 2 no man's land in order for it to work, right? Let me read that. You score 5 victory points. You've only got 2 OC on this point right now. Right.
Yeah, I only have 2 OC there.
Right. Then I'm just gonna move this guy over here.
Well, keep in
I
mind,
do have
chat,
bottom of turn scoring.
that
So-
yeah, Kellen is second player and has a Defend Stronghold ticking up. So Kellen's actually up by, theoretically up by 6 right now.
Because you what, get storm hostile objective? Or no, secure no man's land.
Yeah, and now
At this point, what is the max points you can score this?
now we have to try to get a teleport homer for T-Dog. I don't think he's got it. I think that Kellen's gonna take this one down. Yeah, because he could get 5 for teleport homer, 5 for the thing, and then Primero tick up. Yeah, I think that's a Necron victory.
All
Oh, then
right.
you put these guys down here. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do to stop you. You're not gonna be able to, I guess I would shoot these guys.
But if you're shooting them, you're not shooting these guys, and then they
Yeah,
take
I
this
would-
objective over.
I think so.
So do you want to just have me draw my next secondary, see what the
I
final
do.
score would be, assuming I get a 10 on primary?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so let's get rid of these. We would get extend battle lines and investigate signals. I would probably burn my command point to see if I get something better than investigate signals.
Investigate signal's not too bad right now, right? Because you could turn the Doomsday into Assault and then run it backwards.
That's worse.
Get engaged. Well,
Well, you get baby engaged. You'll be able to get. Well,
I don't think so. No, I don't think I would. But I would get extend battle lines for 5, almost certainly.
Engage seems pretty okay.
So
Yeah,
we're looking
man.
at a final score of 71 to 63.
Yeah.
Good game, man.
Oh,
crazy.
GG, chat.
Shit.
The way I should have killed those Lich Guard. I've rolled that out so many times and like killed 2 Lich Guard with them. That was just insane dice.
Woo. Necrons take it down. Congratulations to Kellen for winning this
Yeah.
one. That was a crazy
Your
game.
list is just
Absolutely
crazy
nuts.
killing bugs.
Absolutely
Like,
nuts
this guy
dice.
being 4 damage. These guys being like 6 damage. You're just like eating. You just ate my pikes. I made a
Yeah,
huge
they hurt.
mistake not piling into this guy.
If anybody has any questions for the players, let me know down in
That would have
the chat.
that's kind of a
For the,
double-edged sword.
post-game
I would
here?
have had to bring my Lich Guard over to ensure that they went down in that point,
And then
which meant that they would not be over here, so you shot them on
With
turn
that
2.
crazy, crazy roll against them.
So it becomes a more drawn-out game, I think.
Yeah. I didn't do a good enough job killing stuff dead. You guys, you reanimated so many things, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of those bikes just have kind of like little piddly shots, and like they hurt sometimes, but like they're not the best at killing T5 model units and stuff.
Right. The Meltas were good, but I was dumping Meltas. You killed 2 Meltas right off the bat, so that really hurt me.
Yeah.
And then I put it, I guess maybe I should have shot into these. The turn I oath these, I did no damage to them really. But
Yeah.
I think I split too much fire, but yeah.
Yeah, I think also a swing was I think you underestimated how punchy the Lord was against bikes and
Definitely
stuff.
did. Yeah, I did not expect him to slap that hard. That blade is insane.
Yeah,
And you being able to juice him up too was pretty good.
yeah, just guarantee you don't get saves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a mistake for me to walk out the Lich Guard. Their
No,
whole
that
point is kind
never
of just
should
to
happen.
disrespect your army. But
Yeah, no, that never should have happened. I never should have killed them like that. That was crazy.
um,
I think, like I said,
Yeah.
piling in here, I might have had a couple bikes left, and
Yeah.
I should have killed the squad of Tomb Blades turn 1 with my Deathos. Those are 2 big blunders I made turn 1. I don't know. I guess because I was going fast because the clocks or what, but I shoot my Deathos and then didn't pile into this Doomsday Arc. Even if you brought your Lich Guard over here, then they're over here. It takes you forever to get them over
Yeah.
here. You know.
I mean, to be fair, trading a squad of Desolators for a squad of Lich Guard is probably usually a pretty decent trade.
Yeah, true. 100%. Yeah, I mean, good game.
Yeah,
I've
GG,
never
guys.
I've never
Yeah.
won against Art. I can't figure out how to beat him.
Just shoot them with several rocket launchers, apparently.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that only killed a Lich Guard squad. It didn't let he let a whole
Only
list.
killed the Lich Guard. Only killed the tankiest unit in the game.
Yeah, Agent asking how you feel about Desolators getting nerfed after Games Workshop watches this VOD.
It's really funny you asked that because I said before I shot my Teslas, I was like, "Hey, let's record this so we can sit in the workshop and nerf Lich Guard."
I know, yeah. Yeah, I think we made the comments. It's like, oh no, he thinks Necrons are going to get nerfed, but instead it's Space Marines. What has he done?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ray's asking what you guys feel the MVP of your lists were throughout not only this game but also the rest of the pod.
Whole tournament.
I think I know what your answer is going to be, but
I mean the Desos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Desos, of course, but I think for style and like point scoring and what they do, this Outrider brick has been really, really good. Them being able to do whatever they want. The captain just says, "We're gonna do whatever we want this turn." Like me being able to charge up here, shoot you, get in, get into here, cause mayhem. They've been so good from like a tactical and fun perspective. The Desos, they are what they are.
For me, I think it would have to be the Doomsday Arcs. They consistently just pick up something a turn, usually. In this case, they were picking up bikes, they were picking up Desolators. They can pick up Knights. They can pick up. They're just good into everything, and just the assurance that, like, if you shoot my Lich Guard, you still have to worry about 3 Doomsday Arcs, and if you shoot my Doomsday Arcs, you're not shooting anything that's scoring points.
Right.
Forces my opponent into a really rough position, where they don't feel good about leaving them alive, but I feel okay about the rest of my army surviving because of it, because of being targeted. So I think the Doomsday Arcs, the 4-up Invuln is huge. They're actually really tanky despite being T9. The 14 wounds also is huge. So I think it's got to be the Doomsday Arcs. I really like the 3. I think 2 is nice, but 3 is just so much better.
Yeah, it really gives you like the punch that people have to respect. That like the double Lich Guard lists that often do.
Yeah, exactly. I've run a lot of double Lich Guard, and that's kind of the lists I'm working with right now. But even in double Lich Guard, I'm trying to squeeze in 3 Doomsday Arcs because without them, just people can kind of move around your Lich Guard, and a lot of armies can just kind of deal with it.
Yeah,
that was my plan. Was just ignore your Lich Guard, and then my Desos just went off at him.
Yeah, I think there's these the heavy Locust unit too was like kind of nuts.
Yeah,
the big one with the Annihilator, the Exterminators.
Yeah, they did really well.
Yeah, that thing puts in work every time I see it.
Yeah, and I honestly think that in this game, they did work against, like, they killed like 5 Desolators. I think their most pivotal stuff was when they were fighting in melee this game.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen the Lord's Blade on the Locust Lord, but that slaps really hard.
What strat did you give him? You gave him plus...
Protocol the Hungry Void, +1 strength, +1 AP.
Yeah.
That worked really well too.
That's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the problem with that dude is, like, if you take the Staff of Light, it doesn't really... Like, its profile is just, like, not quite good enough to get work done. But people want to engage the Locust Destroyers in melee all the time because they kind of suck at punching. But that dude is just like, well, I guess I'll kill you.
Yeah, it's like you can't tag him with nothing because that blade helps out quite a bit. Yeah, that shooting phase with the Desolator shooting into my Lich Guard is going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
What's crazy is I had set so much shit up. I was like, I don't need to like move my bikes because they're all gonna have to shoot at them. These guys are all gonna have to... So I had my whole army set up to shoot the Lich Guard, and then I just get one shot by the Desos, and I was like, well, I don't have anything else to shoot now.
That was probably the one bad thing, was that, like, yeah, you didn't need the rest of your army, so the rest of it was kind of hanging in front of my shooting line.
Right. Bad problem or good problem to have or whatever. But
suffering from success, we would say.
Exactly. This was a little bit of a swing too, picking up this thing on Overwatch, because that wouldn't have been able to shoot that turn, and I would have kept you from getting.
Well, it would have, because I can still shoot the Doomsday Cannon out of combat.
Oh yeah, it's a vehicle. Yeah, sure.
But taking a model off the board allowing like just death marks to waltz onto this point and hold it casually. It's good.
Ended up being a hey, it only ended up being an 8-point game. So
Yeah, no, it was really close.
if I hadn't correct
Um,
shooting SOs and there was like a turn where you don't get these tomb blades up here, and then my speeders pushing up here and stuff too. So
Yeah, if the Desolators just like, even on turn 1, they just like pick up the flayed ones in a Tomb Blade squad or something, like that's huge swing. Those units are so
it's a
pivotal.
huge blunder. I can't
Yeah.
believe I just totally forgot about
I
it.
I mean, I've also done that too. It's like such an unassuming unit in the back. It's like so easy to forget about because they don't move or do anything really.
Such a huge
Yeah.
idiot. I'm taking Lancers out. I know that he had a decent game, but
Oh
it was
yeah.
too swing.
Chad does want
And,
to remind you that the Lancer did convert with every single attack until the last turn.
Yeah.
with its laser.
This is the only game he's ever done that.
It put damage through every time.
And my opponent didn't hit. I don't think you rolled a single 4-up on your Doomsday Arcs all game. Like, did you block?
No, I
any?
rolled a couple. I rolled a few.
Did you?
I got a few.
It's like you convert one of those laser shots and then they just roll 4 pinball and he's just sitting there. So it's like,
Yeah, I blocked a couple shots off your speeders.
yeah, true. And then against Eldar, you poke them out to shoot a tank, and then they phantasm their tank around the corner, and then they just pull the tank back out and shoot to shoot your lander. So like an Eldar, he doesn't do anything.
It's really goofy.
It's just too swingy. It's just he's way too swingy with only 2 shots. His data sheet looks really good, being able to reroll and all that stuff, but with only 2 shots, it's just it's not consistent enough.
Hilariously, I think that for your Vect, I think the command point reroll was probably the call here. Maybe reroll wounds. Like, I didn't end up using reanimation all much.
I know, that was kind of weird that like going into the Necrons, I was like,
It's kind of weird that the main unit that uses it was not on the board turn 3.
Yeah. It's crazy. That game could have been a lot different if that spike didn't happen with the Desolator. So you win the game like handily.
I think the game shuts down at that point if they're alive.
We didn't build that many objectives either, but
Trevi, I don't know.
Too busy.
Trevi, I don't know if you heard me during the game, but I hope we gave you some good freaking content.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's that's getting clipped for sure.
Hell yeah.
The roll of like 9 or like 8 5-ups or whatever. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah, he had like 2 hits that were explosions.
I think it was 1, right? It was like 1 hit, and then
because
he
had to roll 5s.
into all.
He had to roll 5s to hit
7 5s or whatever. Yeah, absolutely insane.
That's
oh my god.
Well, good game, guys. I'll go ahead and get the scores in for you, so you should be all set. Yeah, that was a fun one to watch. So thanks for making it a good one.
Appreciate it. Yep, thanks for hosting the tournament. Glad we can make a good show of it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
GG, guys.
GG. All right, now I gotta go play in another tournament.
Hell yeah.
All right. Peace out.
Cheers. All right, chat. Let me go ahead and get the scores in for everybody so we can close out Pod 4. What a game. That was a sweet one. All right, let's raid. So BCO finals. We have tentatively scheduled for today. It sounds like it's me and Commander Cha-Cha. It sounds like Commander Cha-Cha might be wiped. I was wiped on Friday, so we didn't play Friday. It sounds like he might be wiped today, but worst case scenario, we'll do it sometime early next week. But otherwise, if BCO finals, which is the same matchup actually, doesn't happen today, then I will see you probably tomorrow. Gonna rock some Grey Knights for a bit, I think. Seems fun. Yeah, I'll see you around. Hit the raid real quick here. Ooh, some WTC coverage going on over a French War game. We'll raid them. That sounds fun. All right. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I will be off, so I will see you around. Thanks, everyone, and have a good one.